अस्सलाम वालेकुम नाज़रीन, इस वक्त हम मौजूद हैं क्रिस्टल फाउंटेन के अंदर। यहाँ पे 17 गाला डिनर मार्कम हॉस्पिटल के लिए फंड रेजिंग के सिलसिले में प्रोग्राम रखा गया है। एक बड़ी तादाद में जो है यहाँ पर लोग मौजूद हैं। कैनेडियन पाकिस्तान ओरिजिन की जानिब से इस प्रोग्राम का इनेकाद किया गया है, जो कि इसके करता रहता है खालिद उस्मान साहब, जिन्होंने इस प्रोग्राम को ऑर्गेनाइज़ करने में बड़ी मेहनत करी है। लेकिन आप देखें, पाकिस्तानी कम्युनिटी किसी भी मुकाबले में आपको कहीं पर भी आप देखें हमेशा पेश रहेगी, चाहे वो कनाडा का हो मामला या पाकिस्तान का हो। कैनेडियन जो यहाँ इस वक्त पाकिस्तानी ओरिजिन मौजूद है जो कनाडा के अंदर, वो पाकिस्तान का नाम रोशन और बुलंद करने के लिए कनाडा के अंदर हर तरह के तख्लीकी और हर शोबे के अंदर जो है वो अपना भरपूर तावन करते हैं, ताकि जो है वो एक तरीके से हम यहाँ पे अपना पार्टिसिपेशन जाहिर करते हैं कि पाकिस्तानी कम्युनिटी जो है वो कनाडा को ऑन करती है, उसी तरह जिस तरह पाकिस्तान पाकिस्तानियों को ऑन करते हैं। मैं आपका होस्ट महबूब शेख फेस टू फेस के साथ मौजूद हूँ। इस वक्त हम मौजूद हैं क्रिस्टल फाउंटेन के अंदर। इस तकरीब का इनेकाद किया गया है। उस तकरीब का जिस तकरीब का इनेकाद किया वो तकरीब शुरू होने वाली है और हम इस वक्त इस सारे प्रोग्राम को कैमरामैन साबिर गाया की नज़र से देखेंगे आपके लिए।
मेरा नाम उरूज है और आप देखते रहिए टोरंटो 360 टीवी।
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Khalid Usman and I'm the chair of this event. This is the 17th annual gala and we are gathered here and we have over 700 people attending. As you can see, you can hear, it's dwarfing. But the best part is that we have been able to raise $200,000 tonight for Markham Stouffville Hospital. It is one of the best causes that I know because it's a community hospital and your support means a lot to us. So thank you for coming. Thank you the volunteers and thank you to all the donors. And tonight our total is 200,000, which means our total raise in the 17 years goes up to 2.5 million. Thank you for coming.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम भाई। यहाँ तो मैं आई हुई थी एक शादी के फंक्शन में, पता चला यहाँ तो फंड रेजिंग डिनर हो रहा है। बहुत लोग सब इंजॉय कर रहे हैं और मेरा भी दिल किया, यहाँ सब इंजॉय कर रहे हैं तो मेरा भी दिल किया मैं भी इंजॉय करूँ इन लोगों के साथ। खालिद भाई बड़े अच्छे हमारे एक फैमिली फ्रेंड हैं और बहुत अच्छे एक इंसान हैं, बहुत हमदर्द और इंसानों के काम आने वाले, हेल्पफुल हैं और मैं क्या उनकी तारीफ करूं।
My name is Sohail Raza and I fully support Khalid Usman in his effort to raise funds for the Markham Stovall Hospital. Khalid Usman is an icon in the Pakistani Canadian community, and he does wonders in fundraising and in establishing the credibility of the Pakistani community. I wish him all the success, and I hope that he can one day represent us in Parliament. Thank you.
Okay, one more this way. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम ख़वातीन हज़रात, मेरा नाम है पॉल चैंग, मैं योर्क रीजनल पुलिस का सार्जेंट हूँ। आज मैं ये खालिद उस्मान भाई के महफिल जो मार्कम स्टोवल हॉस्पिटल का फ़ंड रेजिंग कर रहा है, ये उनका 17 साल ये फ़ंड रेजिंग चल रही है। ये इनका फ़ंड रेजिंग बहुत ही कामयाब है और हर साल खासा पैसे वो रेज़ करते हैं अस्पताल के लिए। उम्मीद है ये साल भी सही तरीके से चलेगी और इंशाअल्लाह और करते रहेंगे वो। शुक्रिया आपका।
Yes, this is Deputy Chief Andre Crawford of York Regional Police, and we are pleased to be here at the 17th annual event. It's just a great event to have the York Regional Police at as a part of the community. We are so pleased that the Pakistani community can be such a success in Canada and in York Region. I'll pass it over to my friend, Sony Dosanjh.
Good day, my name is Inspector Sony Dosanjh from York Regional Police. I'm the officer in charge of the Diversity, Equity and Inclusion Bureau, and I oversee the Hate Crime Unit as well. I'd like to say congratulations on your 17th annual event. Best of luck. Take care.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Imran Hayat, and I'm here to attend the fundraiser for the Markham Stovall Hospital. And it's an amazing function that I'm so proud of to come and join with my family and friends all the time. It's becoming a routine visit by everyone who's so regular and come here and join for this prestigious and amazing cause to raise funds for the hospital that's in Markham. Always a pleasure, and inshallah, I think everybody will have fun this time too. Khuda Hafiz.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today is March 22nd, but the significance is that it's for the March 23rd Pakistan Day event. And Khalid Usman and the group has been doing this for years. Like, this is our 17th year, and inshallah this year we will top up to 2.5 million raised from the Canadians of Pakistan origin and all the sponsors and all the communities around, including the city of Markham and all the big donors, as well as I want to thank everybody to make this a big success. And inshallah 2.5 million will go towards Markham Stovall Hospital, and it is a pleasure of myself and all the community to have this kind of events in Toronto to support the mainstream Canadians and be part of one of the communities which are very active in Canada. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, so we are part of an Abdalian forum, and we are supporting Canadians of Pakistani origin event. As such, this is an event that gives a lots of credibility to the hospital, Stouffville, Markham Hospital, and the whole purpose of this thing is that we being Pakistanis are contributing towards a noble cause in Canada, and that's our multicultural values that we are proud of, and we are proud of being part of it. Thank you.
Hi, this is Superintendent Chris Bullen from 5 District, which is include Markham and Richard Stovall. I want to wish everyone a wonderful festivities. Congratulations on your 17th anniversary, and I look forward to 17 more. Thank you.
On behalf of the Islamic Foundation of Toronto, this year represents a very special time for us. This marks the 17th year that Islamic Foundation of Toronto has been assisting with Markham Stovall Hospital, and we've managed to raise $2.5 million over that 17 years. We're proud to be part of this community, and we're proud to contribute, and we're proud to associate with Markham Stovall Hospital.
नाज़रीन, इस वक्त हम यहाँ पर मार्कम हॉस्पिटल की जो है वो चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑफिसर हैं सुजेट स्ट्रॉन्ग के साथ मौजूद हैं। Suzette, welcome to our Toronto 360 program.
Thank you.
So today is the 17th annual gala dinner for the Markham Hospital. So would you like to share your views about the community of Pakistani? They are participating here for the build up the hospital, new building and cancer unit and.
This community has been coming together, as you said, for 17 years. And in all those years, Markham Stouffville Hospital has been a proud beneficiary of the generous support from this community. This event brings together not just the Pakistani and Muslim communities, but it really tries to share it with all the diverse cultures in Markham to talk about what a great community we have through diversity and what an excellent hospital we have because of their generous support. And so we are absolutely delighted to be receiving some more funds now, and some exciting news. We're getting closer and closer to the $2.5 million mark since this event started.
The Pakistani community is step by step with you. After Shakir Rahmatullah, they announced the cancer unit center, and you are started again the one more, even from here, the Mr. KHALID Usman.
Yes.
So what do you think? Is it good for the community? Is good for our Canadian, Pakistani origin people?
Well, I think that the folks who have immigrated here from Pakistan, and it's very important for them to give back to Canada because Canada has given them an opportunity to bring their families here and to start a new life. And I think it's part of the Muslim faith. They want to give back and they want to help others and just make the world a better place. And so I think our Pakistani community coming together today embodies that spirit of generosity so beautifully. All this energy in this room, all giving back to support other people, and in this case, it's to help people stay healthy.
What kind of help do you need in the future?
Well, healthcare is changing all the time, but the number one thing that the hospital is always looking for is funds to help us raise money for equipment and modern technology because healthcare is changing so rapidly, and so we need to keep up with that and stay on the leading edge of that. So things like interventional radiology to help us diagnose things quicker and treat our patients faster is a huge thing that we're raising money for, and even orthopedics and surgery, all of those things that are programs that patients rely on every day. We need to keep raising funds so the hospital can keep doing what they're doing and our doctors can keep helping our patients.
The Markham Hospital is a state-of-the-art hospital. I visited several times there. The patient take care and everything is going the very good way. So, what do you think? Do you think you need more support in the financial or technical? What kind of support?
Well, technology for sure, because that's the way of the world. We need to stay on the leading edge of technology, but also just all the basics medical equipment like beds. The government doesn't fund hospitals for beds, and we are a growing community, Pakistani community and Markham community in Stouffville. So we even need money from the community to help us make sure we have enough beds for our patients, and the beds are the best ones and the most comfortable that we can have. Stretchers in our emergency, portable ultrasound machines, all of these things are really important to Markham Stouffville Hospital.
I am looking at the shalwar and kameez, so you are look very fantastic.
Thank you.
So do you like this dress?
I love it. I love coming out every year to this event, and I've not worn the same outfit twice, so thank you for noticing.
Thank you so much.
हम इस फंक्शन में हमेशा आते हैं, हर साल आ रहे हैं, और ये फंक्शन बड़ा ही कम्युनिटी के लिए अच्छा है और ये हॉस्पिटल की काफ़ी मदद करता है, इसलिए हम इसको सपोर्ट करते हैं और इंशाल्लाह आते रहेंगे.
Yeah, it has been 10 years that we have been coming here. तो बहुत अच्छा लगता है यहाँ पर आकर. Every year wait करते हैं इस event का, और इंशाल्लाह ताला जब तक ये चलता रहेगा हम लोग यहाँ पे आते रहेंगे. Thank you so much. और खालिद उस्मान साहब के लिए lots and lots of duas.
It's good to be part of an event which Khalid Usman has been arranging for past 17 years. Alhamdulillah, he has raised $17 million in Stouffville Hospital. Islamic Foundation of Toronto is continuously helping this project. Our nameplate is also at Stouffville Hospital, and mashallah, it's a very good job, great job for the Muslim community. We thank him and good luck for all his efforts. Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum.
Hi, you are watching Toronto 360 TV. Keep watching. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We will start our program the moment everybody is seated in their seats. She's hopping but she doesn't mind to be the MC for tonight. I think Dr. Heather and Markham Stouffville Hospital, thank you for fixing her so that she can be the MC tonight.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, could you please rise for the singing of the two national anthems? The first will be Canada's, followed by the national anthem for Pakistan. The anthems will then be followed by...
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good evening, everyone. I'm going to recite the last three verses of chapter 63 of the Holy Quran. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تلهكم أموالكم ولا أولادكم عن ذكر الله ومن يفعل ذلك فأولئك هم الخاسرون وأنفقوا مما رزقناكم من قبل أن يأتي أحدكم الموت فيقول رب لولا أخرتني إلى أجل قريب فأصدق وأكن من الصالحين ولن يؤخر الله نفسا إذا جاء أجلها والله خبير بما تعملون صدق الله العظيم. I would like to translate these three verses of chapter 63. Allah Jalla Jalaluhu says that, O believers, let not your wealth and your children distract you from the remembrance of your God, and whoever will do so, he will be the loser. And O people, spend of that which we have provided you before death comes to you, and at that moment you would say that, O God, reprieve me for a little while. I would spend in charity and I will give alms and I would be amongst the righteous ones. At that moment, the reply would be that there will be no reprievement for those when the death comes unto them, and at that moment they make intention for spending in the cause. And Allah and God is aware of what you do. And at the last, I would like to pray that may Allah Jalla Jalaluhu, may our God make this gathering a successful gathering for us, and may make us achieve for what we have gathered in this wonderful evening. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.
So if there are any more volunteers for the candlelight vigil, please make your way outside. We will begin this evening's program with a tribute to the 50 people killed in the New Zealand mosque attacks. Could the tribute candle procession please come forward now? At this time, we will be observing a moment of silence. For those who wish, hands can be held in solidarity to mimic the ring of peace that is being formed around mosques. Thank you. As they continue to place the candles on the tables, I would like to now call upon the evening co-chairs to speak to the tragedy of the New Zealand attack and the blessing of our safe community here in Markham. Mayor Frank Scarpitti and Councillor Khalid Usman, please come to the podium.
Now that all the candles have been brought in, 50 candles representing the 50 lives that were lost in Christchurch, New Zealand, could everyone please stand for a moment of silence? Thank you. The recent tragic events at 2 mosques in Christchurch, New Zealand, that horrific act and the lives that were lost represent the worst in humanity. Everyone, regardless of faith, should be able to worship in peace, not to live in fear. And we must not allow fear to overcome the good things that we do in our lives, in our communities, and around the world. Our shared humanity is our bond, and what we have in common far outweighs what makes us different. Let us honor the victims' memories by never allowing hate into our lives that stand in the way of what's good about humanity. We should never turn a blind eye to hate. We should do what we can to stamp it out. We are united in our resolve to rid our world of these hateful, senseless acts. And we take great pride here in Markham, Canada's most diverse community, a title that we wear as a badge of honor. And I also take this opportunity to invite you tomorrow morning as we raise the Pakistani flag at the Markham Civic Center and celebrate the National Pakistani Day, to take another moment as we will honor these victims and remember the contributions, the faith that they were committed to in their time here on earth. Tonight we celebrate what's good about humanity. And I thank Khalid Usman as the co-chair of this event, to all of the sponsors, to all of the political representatives from the different levels of government, to all the leaders in the Pakistani community that come together to do great things here in Markham and throughout the GTA. The Pakistani community, the Muslim community, has demonstrated your kind-hearted actions, not only here in Markham, but from all the communities that you represent. Together, the Muslim community is creating a peaceful, healthier world for generations to come. I thank all of you for the amazing contribution that you are making in improving our world. And so on behalf of Council, I want to welcome each and every one of you to the 17th Annual COPA Dinner, and to thank the Consul General Siddiqui for his presence here, for the representatives of all three levels of government who will be more formally introduced. It's amazing to see how this community comes together year after year as their foundation of faith, but reaching out to the community by raising money for so many great causes. And tonight, the Markham Stovall Hospital will receive the majority of the funds that are raised at this dinner. And when you take a look at the past 17 years, COPO, the sponsors, your generosity, we have achieved $2.5 million towards the Markham Stovall Hospital. And I think it's with great pride that all of you can say that you've been a part of that success. And the Markham Stovall Hospital also stands out as a world leader. This week, they made headlines for the launch of a new electronic system to help prevent pediatric patients from getting sicker. And while this process is used on paper in more than 30 hospitals around the world, we're very proud to say that Markham Stovall Hospital will become the world's first to use the electronic version to help these young patients in their hospital. It's called the Bedside Pediatric Early Warning System, and I say congratulations to Markham Stovall Hospital, and thanks to you for making this possible. So I want to congratulate Khalid Usman, all of the sponsors, your generosity for everything that you've done, and for time and time again, being a symbol of inspiration, but also being a symbol of resolve, of gratitude, and of forgiveness. There's many ways a community could react to the horrific events that happened in New Zealand. And I say thank you for the way that you've reached out in a peaceful manner, and the way that you've embraced so many communities around the world to say this may never happen again, and that we must show our solidarity by lighting candles, by standing side by side, by holding hands, by continuing to put the spotlight on what's great about humanity. So thank you to all of you for showcasing that here tonight. And now I'd like to invite up the members of council to come forward as I present a certificate to Khalid Usman and to the organizing committee on 17 years of wonderful, wonderful event that has led to $2.5 million to Markham Stovall Hospital, but I know other organizations who have benefited from this dinner as well. Congratulations to one and all.
Thank you very, very much, Mr. Mayor, as well as the co-chair of this event. I don't want to take the credit all by myself. It is actually Frank who works harder than me to make sure we can collect all this money. So thank you, Mr. Mayor, to helping us achieve our goals.
So before we continue further, I just wanted to let everyone know that we do have a draw tonight. So if you have your event tickets, half stays with you, the other half goes in the raffle bin that's being carried in right now. We do have a few prizes. We have 2 pairs of sunglasses and a voucher for laser eye surgery by Clarity Eye Institute. And the grand prize is a round trip for 2 people to anywhere in the world Turkish Airlines flies. So you should get your tickets and place half in the raffle bin and the other half with you. Everyone got excited now. So up next, it is a pleasure to call upon our Federal Member of Parliament for the riding of Markham Thornhill, Miss Mary Ng, to come to the podium to bring greetings.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome, assalamu alaikum, everybody. It's great to be here. I'm joined on stage with my wonderful colleague, Rob Oliphant, the Member of Parliament for Don Valley West. It's wonderful to be here at another COPO event. Rabia, thank you for that introduction. It's wonderful to be joined with KHALID USMAN, of course, and our Mayor, Frank Scarpitti, and of course, Consul General Siddiqui. I want to begin by acknowledging that we are respectfully gathered on the traditional territory of the Anishinaabeg, the Wendat, the Haudenosaunee, and the Mississaugas of the New Credit. You know, I had come with some prepared notes, and I thought what I would do instead of using my prepared notes, I will begin by saying how wonderful it is and what a wonderful contribution it is for COPA to do what you do every single year. It is enormous that COPO and Pakistanis of Canadian origin come together to do the enormous community work and the coming together to raise the important funds. And this evening, again, for Markham Stouffville Hospital, it is extraordinary. So thank you so very much for your work. But I only have a very short period of time up here because I know you have a wonderful program. And you know, and Rob and I both sit in a government led by a Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Justin Trudeau. And given the events of this week, I thought I would actually take the time on the podium to read to you excerpts of what he delivered in Parliament in just a few days ago to Canada in response to the incident that has taken place at Christchurch in New Zealand. I think that his entire statement is inspiring because it brings together and it illustrates the strength of our country, which is that diversity and inclusiveness is a strength and is what we all draw on. But given the situation that has taken place, I thought it would be most useful, we both thought it'd be most useful, to actually read you some of the, just an excerpt from the statement. So this is from the Prime Minister this week in the House of Commons with respect to the terrorist attack on Christchurch, New Zealand. He said that I stand here today to cast a light on this hatred and our unwillingness to call it out. As leaders, as privileged few with powers, and as an audience, we have the responsibility to do something. This responsibility is not negotiable. It is not to be waived when politically convenient. Courting these views is always the wrong choice to make. We have to chase out this hatred from our parties, fight it online, denounce it at town halls, push it back when it reaches our front doors. Choosing to stay silent when hatred stews is complicity in its most cowardly form. Year after year, decade after decade, we mourn the loss of people, ex-people in ex-countries, and we vow and we must do better. But we must not repeat, but then we repeat the cycle. And as leaders, we decide that the hatred is an emotion worth exploiting, and they ride to the power of the back on this insatiable anger. As a society and as a global community and as human beings, have we learned nothing? To be honest, our Prime Minister and we are tired of this. I'm tired of passing on the thoughts and prayers, but as tired as I am, I can't even begin to imagine how it must feel for those who are affected by this kind of violence every single day. People around the world are exhausted by the carnage. They reach out to console friends and neighbors when these tragedies rock their communities, incensed by their leaders' inability to take a principled stand. People come out of these vigils in hundreds and in the thousands and plead for action, and we fall short. Our communities set example that leaders consistently fail to follow. After tragedies like these, politicians often say that it's not time to talk politics. But instead, we should grieve and support the affected communities. From the words of our Prime Minister, it's a farce. It is exactly the time to talk politics, because this is the best way to support the people and acknowledge that there's a problem and take concrete steps to fix it. I'm going to stop there, because what I want to acknowledge and say is that it is time for us to have all of our voices, to stamp out the hate that exists out there. I know, and all of my colleagues stand behind our community, but tonight, as we celebrate the great work of Pakistanis of Canadian origin, it is exactly all of you, the contribution, the collaborations that you make for the betterment of our community. And in the words of all of us, our diversity is what makes us better, and we can always do better. Thank you so much, Khalid, for your leadership. Thank you so much, Frank, for your co-chairing. And it's wonderful to raise the amount of money that you both get, and yay for Markham Stouffville Hospital.
Thank you, Mary. Those were some great words in case everyone missed them. Up next, I would like to call Mr. Khalid Rashid, the MPP for Mississauga East Cooksville. He's bringing some words from the Premier.
Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening to you all. Khalid Usman bhai, congratulations to you and your team on such a successful fundraiser. $2.5 million is not a small amount, so congratulations to you and your team. Yeah, again, you deserve a huge. With me today, I have my colleague Daisy Way. She's joining me as well as we bring the message from the Honorable Premier Doug Ford. I'm delighted to extend warm greetings to everyone attending the 17th Annual Fundraising Gala Dinner in support of the Markham Stouffville Hospital. First, I want to thank everyone who turned out tonight. Your generosity will build on the quality healthcare made available to the people of Markham, Stouffville, and surrounding communities. I also want to commend the hard-working team of Canadians of Pakistani origin for making this event possible and for their strong sense of civic engagement. Ontario's hospitals are an integral part of our communities and of our public healthcare system. This is an opportunity to show support for an institution that has done so much for the health and well-being of the communities it serves. I want you to know that our government is making smart investments in hospitals across the province to ensure they are able to meet the needs of growing communities. One of our main priorities is building the healthcare system of the future by identifying ways to use technology more effectively and committing to new models of collaboration and patient care. Best wishes for an enjoyable evening. Signed, the Honorable Doug Ford. And now I'm going to request Khalid Usman Sahab and his entire team, as we do have a certificate of appreciation from the province of Ontario on such a successful evening. Thank you.
So we all know that one of the primary reasons we gather here this evening is to celebrate the National Pakistan Day by recommitting the Canadians of Pakistani origins' commitment to donating time, energy, and funding to our cherished local Markham Stouffville Hospital. As you can all see from the walking boot I have on, that is protecting a broken ankle that was repaired by one of the surgeons at Markham Stouffville Hospital, that I was personally benefited by them. It was extra special to see and to experience firsthand the benefit of this annual fundraising when I entered the hospital radiology suite, which was sponsored by COPO. Your generosity each year is having an impact on many. Thank you. So for those of us fortunate enough not to have visited the hospital recently, I would draw your attention to a brief video presentation prepared by Markham Stouffville Hospital Foundation. Following the video, we will hear from the Foundation's CEO, who is no stranger to any of us, Suzette Strong. Thank you.
On behalf of the intensive care unit here at Markham Stouffville Hospital, I wanted to thank everybody for the generous support you provide.
You can't make a better investment for yourself and your family and your colleagues and your friends and the community than by making a donation to the hospital.
Your contributions have really enabled us to build our new hospital and our new department.
Your ongoing generosity and support allows me to do the best job I can, so thank you.
I really want to thank the community for their generous donations to the oncology clinic. Thank you so much.
Thank you for donating to Markham Stouffville Hospital.
On behalf of the emergency team at Markham Stouffville Hospital, we thank you for your generosity.
We believe in providing the best possible care for our community. Thank you for giving back to your community hospital. It's you and your support that continues to drive innovation and enable growth here at Markham Stouffville Hospital.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. It's always a wonderful honor for me to be here and see so many familiar faces and receive the wonderful warm welcome. Thank you. I do hope you liked that very brief video. I thought it would be very appropriate for you to hear directly from our physicians, our nurses, and our patients about how grateful they are for your support. Because as many of you know, the government does not fund all the things that Markham Stouffville Hospital needs to be excellent at what we do. And so events like this one and a huge $2.5 million of thanks, of appreciation for what you do, I hope that you like the video. I do want to spend a moment to acknowledge some additional people that are here with us tonight. One of those folks that's here with us you might remember or recognize because he is one of Markham Stouffville Hospital's most innovative orthopedic surgeons. You've had the pleasure of meeting him before because he's been a guest speaker standing right here at this podium talking to you about the great stuff that we're doing at Markham Stouffville Hospital, Dr. Yasser Haider. Dr. Haider has been at the forefront of bringing cutting-edge orthopedics not only to Markham Stouffville Hospital, but to the entire region. He was the first one to introduce minimally invasive knee and hip replacement surgeries in the GTA. And after talking to many of you in the reception earlier, I know that many of you are grateful patients of Dr. Haider, so you should make sure that you go up and say hello if you haven't seen him already. Something else that's quite special about Dr. Haider is that he's able to treat a full spectrum of hip and knee arthritis, ranging from joint preservation with cellular techniques like stem cells, cutting edge, minimally invasive Oxford knee surgery, and he spares the muscles as well during hip replacement. The special thing about minimally invasive surgery is also you go home on the very same day. Our patients get home where they can recover faster and quicker, and Dr. Haider is one of our surgeons that's enabling that to happen for us. So Dr. Haider, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for all that you do for our community, not just to support Markham Stouffville Hospital, but for all that you're doing for the foundation as well. I don't think you've ever said no to me, and I ask a lot of people for money and for time, and you've given generously of both. So thank you so much. Appreciate it. There's also a very special couple that I'd like to acknowledge tonight who have worked tirelessly not just through this wonderful event, COPO, but within the community to unite the Pakistani and the Muslim communities with other cultural communities while promoting mutual understanding and respect. In addition to achieving this mission through COPO, they've raised millions of dollars to help make our community and, quite frankly, our whole society a better place. Markham Stouffville Hospital is just one of the many, many organizations who have benefited from their leadership, their commitment, and their hard work. KHALID USMAN and his wife, Dr. Abida USMAN, have devoted a lifetime to making our hospital, our city, our community, the province, and quite frankly, the entire country a better place for all of us. They have passed these core beliefs and values on to their family, and you see it here tonight with their children and grandchildren really embracing the evening. So KHALID and Abida, you're a shining example of goodness for all human beings, and I really can't think of anybody who embodies the true spirit of generosity more than you. Please, if you and Abida could come and join me. I've had the pleasure of knowing this wonderful couple for 12 years, and you've inspired me each and every day. We just want to share a token of our appreciation and thank you for all that you've done.
Please give us just few minutes. These are important things that you want to hear and understand. What makes somebody like me do this year after year after year with Frank's support? It is because I believe you want to build communities, you want to make a difference, well, then you have to participate. And I think this has become an example of a community event. And fundraising is just by the side. People are so happy to participate, to sponsor, to give money. That's just unbelievable. When we started this event 17 years ago, I was telling Suzette that the first fundraising we did was still in this hall. This has been our headquarters for the last 17 years. Maybe we only went away 1 year because this wasn't available, or maybe there were renovations. But all the rest 16 years we've been in this hall. The first fundraising we did was $50,000 for a heart machine that sat on the third floor there. And that gave us the impetus, saying that if with this little effort we can raise $50,000, then we can do much more. And along the way, in this journey, we had many, many friends. We had many friends who were committed because they believed, and they are sitting here. and they've been recognized in the past. And there's going to be one special person that we're going to be recognizing with whose effort we are able to make this difference. But before I make the comments, I do want to recognize some of the important people, even though all the 730 people that are here are important to me. Every one of you is very important. But then there are some, because they work, whether they are in the civil service, whether they are in the politics, whether they are in the community, but they do some extra. And their appreciation is also very important. First is Mayor Frank Scarpitti and his wife Nancy. Please give them a big hand. We have another mayor from Mayor Virginia Haxon. She's here. Oh, you bring your own crowd with you. I should say that's the women's table right there. She's also the chair of the Police Services Board. So YRP, you know where your chair is. The Counsel General Imran Siddiqui. Minister for Small Business and MP for Markham Thornhill, Mary Ng. Mary? You know, she has an amazing schedule, a very busy schedule. But today, she made sure that she is in her own riding, representing and meeting the right people, because this is her hometown. So thank you, Mary. We also have our friend Rob Oliphant, MP from Don Valley. Rob. As I often call him, Brother Rob. Not because he's a man of cloth, but Brother Rob. We have MP Markham Unionville, Bob Soroya. Bob? Thank you, Bob. MPP from Scarborough, Gilwood, and my very dear friend, Mitzi Hunter. Where are you, Mitzi? You've already met MPP Richmond Hill, Daisy Y. Daisy? And of course, Mr. Khalid Rashid, Mississauga East, Cooksville. He is the chair of the Standing Committee on Regulations and Private Bills. So thank you, Khalid. Please give him a big hand. Take your energy out on clapping. Chief Eric Jolliffe. Where are you, Chief? He has the advantage of being on two tables. He's on his own table and then he comes back to the York Region table. Thank you, Chief. I think we all know as a chief he has done a marvelous job for York Region, and I thank you for it. We also have the Fire Chief Dave Decker. Dave? Deputy Fire Chief Adam Grant and Deputy Fire Chief Chris Nearing. Thank you. Deputy Mayor Jack Heath. I saw him here. Jack. Oh, I'm sorry. He used to be Deputy Mayor. Not anymore. My notes are wrong. Oh, I don't want to get in trouble. I think Deputy Mayor is Don Hamilton, but I think he's not here today. So you're safe, Jack. Regional Councillor Jim Jones, Councillor Alan Ho, Councillor Reed McAlpine, Councillor Amanda Calucci, Councillor Isa Lee, and Councillor Karen Ray. Now, have I forgotten anybody? Joe Lee, Regional Councillor Joe Lee. Where are you, Joe? All right. Well, I can't get him upset. He will stop my transportation thing, so I'll never get him upset. Thank you, Joe. Oh, Andrew Keys. Andrew, where are you, Andrew? Ward 5, you bring your own team, hey, Andrew? Looks like the whole city is here. Now, no event is possible without the CAO, Andy Taylor. Andy, you get the biggest claps. God, must be your money. Now, we also have some of the community leaders that are here, even though, as I said, I don't want to be in trouble. Every one of you is a community leader, but then there are some that I think I need to recognize. Dr. Ken and Emily Ng. Where are you, Dr. Ken and Emily Ng? I saw Murtaza Ali Bhai. Akbar Warsi, President of Islamic Foundation. Akbar. Dr. Aslam Dawood, President of Humanity First. I know he's here somewhere in the middle. And Sajjad Ibrahim. Sajjad. Now, I have a whole list of people that I can thank, but I really appreciate, and I know we have to go on. And also, I'd like to thank all the volunteers, especially Sumbul Alvi. Sumbul, where are you? I want you to know that we have taken one step up. We have moved up in our registration. Every time we used to do this paper trail and this checking who's coming, who's gone. Now we are online. And that was for Sumbul. Thank you. So you checked in, it was more efficient, paperless, and Andy likes that. It is paperless. So thank you. I want to thank the management of Crystal Fountain, George and Dean, both of you who've worked so hard to make this a great success and to accommodate everybody with their meals and the different types of dinners that everybody requested. So thank you, and the whole staff that is serving. I think it's amazing. So in the end, my dear friends, an event like this is not possible without volunteers, without the sponsors, without the advertisers. So I want to thank everybody. And if I have forgotten anybody, you'll forgive me, because on an event like this, you do forget. And I don't want to forget our media guys. Sabir is there. Bashir is there. Everybody else that is here, thank you. So, Rabia, you're next.
Up next, we have a special recognition of a $100,000 donor, Mr. Atta Hussain of Al Hussein Foundation. So can I please ask Frank Scarpitti, Suzette Strong, and Minister Mary Ng to the stage, please. Before we have Mr. Hussain come to stage, can we please get a round of applause for the $100,000 donation he has made tonight?
To all the honored guests, too numerous to name, on behalf of my family, it is a deep, deep, deep honor to make such a donation to such a worthy cause. And we hope that in the future that we can assist in any way we can. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. Really appreciate, because Ali is a good example. Even though his dad is not here, he's in Iraq, but he made sure that Ali and his wife come here to confirm that they are presenting $100,000 commitment to Markham Stouffville Hospital. So thank you, Ali.
Up next, we have the COPO Award of Excellence to a Canadian of Pakistani origin for exceptional contributions to Canadian and global social, scientific, and economic advancement. This is for Dr. Naveed Syed.
Dr. Naveed Syed, it is indeed a pleasure and a sincere honor to have you here this evening to receive in person our most heartfelt recognition for the exceptional research. Dr. Naveed Syed is a Pakistani-Canadian scientist. Shh. Please. Dr. Naveed Syed is a Pakistani-Canadian scientist. He is the first scientist to connect the brain cells, a silicon chip. Dr. Syed has traveled worldwide giving lectures and presenting presentations about the human mind and his mini chip. Dr. Syed has received many awards around the globe, including Tamgha Imtiaz, Pakistan's Medal of Excellence, but we ask you to accept this humble tribute from our friends and supporters of COPO. Ladies and gentlemen, with your warm welcome, please welcome Dr. Naveed Syed to make his presentation. Thank you.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention, maybe just for 10-15 minutes, please. I know that you have food in front of you and your brain is focused on those plates. And I promise you that by the time I finish my talk, I will have your brain on my dish. Now, first of all, I really like to thank Honorable Dr. Yasir Haider. He is such a noble person, kind-hearted, and a thorough gentleman that none of us could refuse. I just landed 2 days ago and I was not aware of this award. But it's very difficult to turn down people like him because they believe in the service is the rent that we pay for the privilege of being part of a great society. We are proud Canadians. We may have come from different countries and different places, but this is home. And we should do everything in our capacity to make Canada the greatest country that it can be. And I'm also grateful to all the organizers and donors because it's the giving that makes us rich. We become rich by giving. And I can actually tell you that if you stayed awake for parts of my talk, I may save your life. And because I'm going to introduce you not only to what the healthcare would look like in few years, but actually in a decade's time. And this is a reality because science is actually coming to an end, to a place where you need to be aware of how funding for research and hospital will make such an important impact in changing the lives. I always tell my medical students that, look, Jesus Christ never went to medical school. He could still heal and he could still cure. You don't need an MD degree, you need passion and compassion. And please give yourself a big round of applause for your passion and compassion that you have shown for this particular cause. Could I have the slides on the screen, please? So I come from Calgary. This is how it looked like when I actually left. And then I arrived Toronto, which is supposed to be warmer, but I see most of you are really deep frozen cold. So the global warming is having its effect. I think we have to pay attention to. But what I'm going to do today is to actually expose you to disruptive technologies that if we do not embrace these technologies and by funding and supporting these kinds of activities, we will be doomed like Albertosaurus or like dinosaurs. So currently what we can do is we can actually take blood from a pregnant mother, and by analyzing its blood sample, we can deduce and determine whether the baby is yet to be born will have any genetic disorders or deformities. So this is called actually the technologies, the genomics and the genetic disorders for even before a baby is born. So then what do? You employ these technologies to be able to actually use CRISPR, whereby we can go in specifically and take out that defective part of the gene and then insert a healthy gene to make sure the baby that will be born will not have any deformities like autism spectrum or Down syndrome. We also have optogenetics, where I can actually specifically express a particular gene in the brain of animals or even humans, and using this light that we can shine on those brain cells, we can actually specifically activate those brain cells. The technology is also virtual reality. People who have manic depression, people who have had problems with post-traumatic stress disorders, we can use these virtual reality approaches to be able to overcome these psychiatric disorders that are so prevalent in our society. We can do now immunotherapy. So you know that the cancer is really one of the most devastating disease, and it's a death sentence in many cases. But using immunotherapies now, it is possible to use your own immune system to cure and also attack these cancer cells. 3D printing allows, like Dr. Haider, to be able to print a knee or a hip and then specifically reconstruct, which is a precision health and a precision medicine for that particular individual rather than having a shotgun approach. We also have artificial intelligence and machine learning, and this is what I would like you to really pay attention to, because this is where the world is heading. You can actually design these machines and robots that could have more or less same functions that we as humans do. We are in Calgary, we're performing robotic surgeries whereby a patient goes inside the magnet and a surgeon can use a robot, titanium robot, and perform surgery, but the person actually is in a different room, whereas surgeon sits in a different room.
It only takes a moment for the unthinkable to become reality. In the near future, tragedy may come with new choices. Imagine you've been in a car crash that's killed your daughter.
Is she okay? Is she okay?
Or has it?
Is she breathing? Is she breathing?
Hey,
Is she okay?
Time of death, 9:17. Your daughter's brain was not impacted by the accident. If you wish to scan her brain for digitization and upload, you have approximately 5 minutes.
Do it.
Now imagine the power you wield when you can order a digital copy of your daughter's brain. And do you know what comes next?
Hi, Dad.
One day delivered to your doorstep is an artificially intelligent android that will act, look, emote, just like your daughter. Every memory from birth on will remain intact, but she'll also be a walking computer with access to all the world's knowledge. This is what your world will look like. This is the future of artificial intelligence. It's the deep future. Your body, gone. You're all computer, all the time.
Hello there. May I ask your name?
Hi there, my name is Ignacio.
It's nice to meet you, Ignacio. So, what country are you from?
I'm from Canada.
It's pretty cold there, eh?
Meet Erica the android. she or it, depending on who you ask, is one of the most sophisticated humanoids ever designed. And she's giving us a glimpse of what a year-million AI might look like.
Modern computers are adding machine. They add very fast, giving the illusion that they're thinking.
So as you can see, in a few years' time, actually your brain will be integrated with machine. As you know that our brain is extremely complex. There are tens of billions of brain cells. So if you want to really understand how brain functions or to generate or develop these humanoids, we need to be able to record from large networks of neurons. The other thing is if your brain is damaged either due to stroke, trauma, injury, Parkinson's or Alzheimer's disease, that brain cell will not be replaced. It cannot be replaced even by stem cell therapies. So there are really no alternative for you to be able to manage neurological, neurodevelopmental, and neurodegenerative diseases. So what we have done is that in our lab, we came up with a very radical idea that can brain cells be interfaced and integrated with semiconductor technology. So can you imagine if a computer or an android or a robot gets your limbic system and your cortex, we can actually make them to have feelings just like human beings. So they could actually become politicians and they can even make promises that will never be fulfilled. So when you think about the brain cells, you know, brain has tens of billions of brain cells. If you think about a single brain cell being the size of a soccer ball, you can fill this room with these dendrites in terms of volume. You can actually make 20-kilometer long water hose, which is 10 inches thick with this axon. And it is all really stuck at one place. But to be able to really understand how brain functions, we must acquire the ability to be able to record from large networks of brain cells. So what makes your brain is really a bunch of neurons. These are the cells that are the brain cells. And they are connected through synapses. So think about, I am the one who's talking, I'm pre-synapse. You're receiving this information, you're post-synapse, and this microphone could be a synapse through which we are communicating. So these synapses are not static, they're highly dynamic, they change all the time. So by the time you leave this particular gathering, you would have gotten several thousand new synapses in your brain, and these synapses form the basis for learning and memory. And these synapses then interact to give you synaptic plasticity, so your brain is extremely dynamic. It really changes all the time, and that gives rise to particular behavior. So when you think about a baby actually has twice the number of brain cells than what it would be left with few weeks after birth. So these half of the brain cells are then killed, and yet the brain continues to grow. It is that growth or the synapses of brain that allow it to really develop extensively. So there are many things that Mother Nature designed the brain circuits to be assembled. So if we raise a rat in the lab for generation, no mama rat ever tells its pup that this furry, meowy stuff is dangerous, but whenever it will smell or see cat, it will freeze. Deer, when it's hit by floodlights, it freezes. So these are built-in circuits in your brain that are hardwired. Everything else is highly plastic, highly dynamic, and it changes all the time. So we can now label these different brain cells and circuits with exquisite detail to get really enormous insight into the brain cell's function. But the nurture plays a very important role. So here you can see a child on your right side, if you're sitting on this side, who has undergone extreme neglect. So this is the child who will be really in an institute where these so-called terrorists are raising and keeping these children and taking away their ability to really develop fully. So you can see the difference between two brains, not only in the size, but you also note that in the extreme neglected case, this is a 3-year-old boy where there are huge gaps in the brain structures, and these brain cells will never be able to talk to each other. So the environment that we offer plays a very important role, a nurturing role that makes who we become as an adult. So there are, now there is no such thing as free dinner. So this will be a quiz for you. Anybody who can actually answer, you will have an exclusive tour to our research facilities, whereby we will be able to actually show you what happens in the areas. So we are not born with built-in emotional brain circuits, but these are actually experiential driven. So I'm going to show you something, and I ask everybody to please focus on this diagram and then tell me what it is that you see in this figure. So the one who could answer will be the next mayor of Markham. Any guesses? Somebody said it's spider. It's actually experiential blindness. Our brain is really blind. It will try to deduce, make a sense, because you have never seen this picture. Let me show you what this is actually about. Now, if you stare at this picture for a while, and I take you back, now your brain is able to actually see what it is. And here is another example. What do you think that is? I think everybody's getting sleepy with food. Let me show you what it is. Now, if you stare, now your brain will be able to unravel that blindness, which is the experiential blindness. Now you can see this. So your brain is really fascinating. It has the ability to be able to do certain things that, you know, normally you don't think. Now here's another quiz for you. You look at the actual square A and square B. Now tell me if they are same color or if they are different colors. It's actually same color, but your brain got fooled because of the actual shadow. So there are many people in the audience, or maybe, who actually do not recognize alphabets. They see colors. So H for Hannah in this particular case is yellow, purple A, and N, A, H. So they see actually color. They do not recognize the alphabet. And there are some people in the audience also, they taste color. So your brain's wiring is really very, very fascinating and very exciting to be able to really, for us to understand. Now here is a cool experiment, and I think you can do this at home. So this young man's hand, his left hand is hidden from him. He cannot see his left hand. So instead we replaced it with a rubber hand, which is sitting right in front of him, and he's able to actually see that right hand. So I'm going to play this video.
Practice. Here you can see the fake hand focusing on it. There's the real hand not focusing on it, simultaneous stroking. And there are various ways you can test it.
See, your brain actually begins to adopt that part of the organ which is even though not your own part. So we are really naturally cyborg, but there are many questions that comes to brain that we took upon ourselves in our lab, and that is really the fathomless abyss. That is the holy grail of neuroscience. Now, how does brain work? How to fix it when it actually things go wrong? Can biological intelligence be simulated by computers or intelligent AI? And what happens when we reach the point of singularity, whereby these robots and humanoids will be exactly like us? They will have emotion, they will have commotions, they will even be able to bribe and cheat and lie. So super intelligent AI already are here, and these are actually playing very interesting role in our society, and we continue to build. But to be able to really understand how brain functions so we can translate this information into robotics, we first need to understand how brain functions. Because information is actually not knowledge, and knowledge is not wisdom, and wisdom requires conscious, which we humans are the only one that have conscious. So interfacing these technology is really something very interesting that we took upon ourselves, and we are proud that as a Canadian team, we were the first in the world to create the first true bionic hybrid whereby brain cells could talk to a semiconductor chip, and semiconductor chip could talk back to brain cells. So the way it really works is that I'll show you here. So we have chip which is connected to computer. We create capacitors underneath the brain cell, and these brain cells can be activated by firing a stimulus. The brain cells will fire. Now if this brain cell were to be connected with another brain cell, we can actually activate the entire network by stimulating one brain cell, which will excite its partner, and then the transistor picks up the signal. So these technology really require biomedical engineering as well as neuroscience experiences. We have also developed these chambers that allow us to keep brain alive for days to weeks to months. We provide oxygen, we provide CO2, we provide all that is needed for a brain to be healthy. And when we grow these brain cells, they actually love, they hug and kiss, and then they talk to each other. And when they begin to talk to each other, we can unravel that discussion and that talk among the brain cells. So the idea is to really make a semiconductor chip whereby brain cells are fully integrated and they grow on the chip as if it is part of the brain. We can actually design also these circuits that can fly an Airbus from Toronto, and it can land it in Calgary without a pilot. Because when you think about an aircraft is flown on the basis of flight simulator. And if you can simulate that flight simulator on these brain cells taken from rats, you can actually fly this aircraft by just connecting it to these semiconductor chips. And we can record the activities of these brain cells for days to weeks, which allows us to be able to monitor how networks connect with each other. We can also take the slices of the brain from an epileptic patient and then record spontaneously occurring seizure, because I think the funding that you will provide will change the game in many different ways, because the healthcare will not be run by doctors and healthcare providers. It will be run by Google and the IBMs of the world, because they have the data. So the healthcare system is also changing to become precision health, whereby you cannot use a shotgun approach. Rather, you have to treat patients individually based on their own structures. So of course, these brain cells that we have are in immediate contact with the chip, but your brain is three-dimensional. So what do you do about those brain cells that sit in a 3D? We have developed another technology which we call photoconductive stimulation. We grow these brain cells on the semiconductor chip. We fire the laser through the microscope, which changes the properties of the wafer, and then the brain cells actually begin to fire. So here it is. I never thought I will live long enough to see this. And now we have the ability to actually record from millions of brain cells. So the next step is to take the technology in people who lose their arms or legs. We can actually implant the chip in the brain. The brain, and when it talks to the chip can then be connected to a prosthetic limb as if it is part of your own body. So you can actually control these prosthetic limbs through your own brain, and this allows you to be able to really do things that you couldn't do before. So I think in this, so as this technology is really improving, this monkey can now play ping pong and table tennis or any other sports with exquisite accuracy. The other thing we also do is that when children especially have seizures and they don't respond to drugs, they are put in the hospital whereby they are connected to a 30-foot cable, and they stay in hospital, and doctors try to deduce seizures as to where they're coming from. I'll show you something that makes us really proud, and it's also made in Canada, whereby we have developed these electrodes that can be planted inside the brain, but then they are completely wireless. So the moment a child actually has seizure, we also made these electrodes MR compatible. And what happened in that case is the moment child seizes, the electrodes position and the seizure position is sent wirelessly to surgeon, and surgeon can deduce the exact point where the seizures are coming from. And then using the strategy, they can actually go in and take out those seizures exquisitely, precisely, without compromising any major brain function. So we are really proud to be able to take it into clinic very soon. But let me show you something even more exciting, that we have now developed these electrodes that can be mounted on your scalp, and you can control a robot by just thinking about it. So if you look at this robot, this student is only thinking, and whatever he or she thinks, the robot will actually pick up and copy. And we can turn the light on, we can turn the light off, and we can also control a cube, which is tunnel, to be able to then fly a drone by just thinking about it. So what we can do really is to have these electrodes mounted on the scalp, and this girl cannot see the car, but the car is driven by her only thinking. So the thinking process allows her to be able to control the car that she also cannot see. And of course, the young students will have few accidents, but this one is better than Google. You can even drive on your 402 or 407 without actually crashing. And finally, I'd like to show you something very cool. We can fly these drones by just thinking about it, and these drones are mind controlled. There is really nothing attached, and in a very delicate space in the lab, we can have these drones flying around, and we built little sensors on these drones which continuously communicate with the sensors that are built around the electrode to give the actual operator the position and then the global position of the drone. And I think this will be also a future of what we now see, mind control devices. And the landing is just as good as Air Canada. So the other aspects, and this is, I promise, is last. I know the main course is coming. Many people who have had accidents or have served in the armed forces, and for some reason the outcome was not very good, they go through post-traumatic stress disorder. Now, using this virtual reality and augmented reality, we are able to take them back into the situation with much positive outcome. Similarly, people who have depression, bipolar disorders, schizophrenia, you can actually use this technology to be able to, this is as real as it gets. And even if you go closer to sun, you can actually feel the heat as well. So I think these really technologies are disruptive technologies. They will disrupt the way we do medicine. The medicine will also be changed completely in years to come. And I think this is why the contributions that you have made and you continue to make save lives. And I think if we can put a smile on one child's face, or if one person can walk because of the technology, or if one life breathes easily because of what we have done, is to have lived. So thank you very much for all that you do for this great cause.
So ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, or you may already have, dinner is now being served. Following the meal, we will have the check presentation to Markham Stouffville Hospital, followed by the amazing raffle prizes we have. So first we have 2 pairs of sunglasses donated by Tanza Khan by Mr. Ali Raza Rajan, a certificate from Clarity Eye Institute, as well as our grand prize for 2 tickets to anywhere in the world Turkish Airlines flies as your grand prize winner. So for the raffle, what you need to do is your event tickets that you got tonight, you keep one half of it, the other half goes into the box on the side, and we will be drawing from that after dinner. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the evening's program.
Okay, now viewers, today at the fundraising ceremony of Markham Stouffville Hospital, Mr. Ali Hussain with us. He donated 100,000 Canadian dollar for the noble cause. So thank you for you giving this the noble cause for this charity amount. So what was the cause of behind this charity?
We are proud to be Muslims in this community, and there is a need at the Markham Stouffville Hospital, and that we felt that it was our duty to assist as members of the community. As Muslims here in Canada, Canada has provided a lot to us, and is our home, and it is our duty to be able to assist the community and to show Muslims in a very good light. And we encourage all Muslims who have the capabilities, whatever they can, to show Noor Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to the community, and to be the ambassadors to this community, and to show Muslims in a good light. And we want to thank the Council of Markham, City Council. They have been all very, very good to us, and we are proud to be Muslims here in Markham. So if you have the capabilities to do it, it becomes wajib, your duty to do it. And alhamdulillah.
Thank you so much, Ali.
No, thank you. Thank you for having us. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Viewers, हमारे साथ इस वक्त नवीद सैयद साहब मौजूद हैं, डॉक्टर नवीद साहब. He came from Calgary, बहुत दूर से आए हैं. What a presentation, डॉक्टर साहब. आपने जो है वो एक दिमाग, माइंड को जो है वो एक चिप के अंदर जो है वो पूरा डाल दिया है. क्या था ये, क्या प्रेजेंटेशन थी, क्या जिससे क्या इंसान को जिनकी ज़हनी सलाहियतें ख़त्म हो जाती है वो वापस आ जाती हैं, क्या है?
जी हाँ, देखिए बहुत से है कि आपका एक तो ब्रेन बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स है, तो अगर आपने समझना है कि ये कैसे काम करता है, उसी तरह से आप कोई बीमारी अगर होगी उसका इलाज कर सकते हैं, अगर आपको ये मालूम हो कि इसको फंक्शन कैसा है. तो उसको समझने के लिए आपको ऐसी टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलप करनी है कि जिसमें आप लार्ज नेटवर्क्स जो हैं ब्रेन्स के, उनके से आप रिकॉर्ड कर सकें. दूसरी बात यह है कि अगर ट्रॉमा, स्ट्रोक है, इंजरी है, या निशान की बीमारी है, या राशे की बीमारी है, जो ब्रेन सेल डैमेज हो जाते हैं उनकी नेचुरल रिप्लेसमेंट नहीं होती है, तो उसका कोई सत्तेबाप नहीं है. अगर दिमाग आपका डैमेज हो गया तो उसके लिए हमने ये सोचा कि क्यों ना हम ऐसी सेमीकंडक्टर टेक्नोलॉजी चिप डेवलप करें कि जिससे हम तालमेल कर सकें ब्रेन सेल का एक आर्टिफिशियल डिवाइस के साथ, कि दोनों की आपस में शादी करते हैं, मर्जर हो जाए. तो उसके बाद से होता है कि ब्रेन सेल्स वो फिर चिप से बात कर सकते हैं, चिप ब्रेन सेल से बात कर सकती है, ऐसे कि वो दोनों एक दूसरे को जानते पहचानते हैं. तो उसमें ये होता है कि अगर आप एक चिप को फिर इंसर्ट करें तो वो लॉस्ट ब्रेन फंक्शन है उसको आप रीगेन कर सकते हैं अपनी चिप टेक्नोलॉजी के ज़रिए. तो जैसे देखें जिन लोगों के बाजू कट जाते हैं या जिनके टांगें कट जाती हैं, आपका दिमाग तो इंटैक्ट है लेकिन टांग नहीं है, तो अगर आपने एक चिप ब्रेन में लगा दी तो वो ब्रेन सेल्स उससे बात करें तो वो चिप एक रिमोट कंट्रोल की तरह से आपके मसनूई हाथ को कंट्रोल कर सकती है. तो इसमें यह कि टेक्नोलॉजी में ये ऐसा माइलस्टोन है कि जिससे रिसर्च की दुनिया में एक किस्म की नई तहरीक पैदा हो गई, वरना जो जहनी अमराज थे उनका कोई इलाज नहीं था.
आपने शहर कायम कर दिया, लोग जो है वो आपकी प्रेजेंटेशन में इतने महबूब हो गए कि लोगों ने अपना डिनर छोड़ दिया.
नहीं,
और ऐसा महसूस हो रहा था कि बस अभी जो है वो लोग खड़े होकर जो है वो आपको गले से लगा के कहेंगे भाई ये क्या. आप बताइए, पाकिस्तान के लिए बड़ा फ़ख्र है कि यू आर कैनेडियन, पाकिस्तानी ओरिजिन, और पाकिस्तान के लिए एक बहुत बड़ा, क्या ये टेक्नोलॉजी आप पाकिस्तान में भी वो कोच कर रहे हैं?
जी, हमारी कोशिश है इंशाल्लाह पाकिस्तान में. मैं अभी पाकिस्तान ही से आया हूँ, तो वहाँ पे हमने चाइना के साथ मिलकर 5 इंस्टीट्यूट्स इंशाल्लाह हम कायम करेंगे, जिसमें हम अपने ही आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, मशीन लर्निंग, ये चीज़ें हम पाकिस्तान में, क्योंकि मैं अक्सर ये कहता हूँ कि लोग पूछते हैं कि भाई आप क्यों आके इतना वो करते हैं, तो मैं कहता हूँ कि दश्त में प्यास बुझाते हुए मर जाते हैं हम, परिंदे कहीं जाते हुए मर जाते हैं. हम हैं सूखे हुए तालाब पे बैठे हुए हंस जो ताल्लुक़ को निभाते हुए मर जाते हैं. तो देखें, पाकिस्तान हमारी माँ है, और अक्सर हम ये भी कहते हैं कि हो के मायूस ना आंगन से उखाड़ो पौधे, धूप बरसी है तो बारिश भी यहीं पर होगी. तो अब जो माशाल्लाह हमारे यहाँ गवर्नमेंट है, उनमें उनकी वजह से लोगों में एक तहरीक है, क्योंकि पाकिस्तानी कौम जैसी अजीम कौम दुनिया में नहीं है कोई।
इसमें तो कोई पाकिस्तान में रिसर्च का फुकदान नज़र आता है। जो रिसर्च वर्क यहाँ पर होता है, जिस तरीके से तहकीक और हो रही है, पेपर्स पब्लिश हो रहे हैं, क्या वजूहत है कि पाकिस्तान में रिसर्च पे क्यों तवज्जो नहीं दी जाती?
देखिए, हमारे यहाँ कैपेसिटी नहीं है। अगर आप पाकिस्तान में देखें तो 23 मिलियन बच्चे वो ग्रेड 3 से लेके ग्रेड 6 तक ग्रेजुएट ही नहीं करते। 65% आपका ड्रॉप आउट रेट है। आप ओ लेवल और ए लेवल को स्टूडेंट्स को भी देखें तो कोई प्रैक्टिकल नहीं है। तो जब आपके पास प्रैक्टिकल वो नहीं होगी, इंक्वायरी बेस्ड लर्निंग नहीं होगी, आपके एजुकेशन सिस्टम उन चीज़ों को प्रमोट नहीं करेगा, तो आप किस तरह से ये पौध को बड़ा करके दरख्त तनावर फल देने वाला बना सकते हैं? तो हमारे यहाँ एक तो इक्विपमेंट इनका इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं है, दूसरे जहनी सोच नहीं है। हमारे यहाँ एजुकेशन को एक ज़रिया माश बनाया है। एजुकेशन को ये नहीं समझते कि इससे इंसानियत की खिदमत कैसे हो। तो आप देखें, कुरान में अगर कहीं मुसलमान का लफ्ज़ है तो उसकी डेफिनेशन है तो वो है सर्विस टू ह्यूमैनिटी, इंसान की खिदमत। तो ये नौकरी के लिए डिग्री नहीं होती है। तो हमारे यहाँ जब ये लोग ये सोच लेंगे कि तालीम ही हमारे लिए सद्दे राह है, तालीम ही हमारी निजात का वो सिलसिला है, तो उसके बाद से पाकिस्तान में भी कोई जहन की जहानत की कमी नहीं है। हम लोग भी वहीं से पढ़ के आते हैं।
अभी जो आपने इंट्रोड्यूस बताया, जो चिप बताई आपने, क्या उसका इस्तेमाल अभी तक किसी यहाँ पर कनाडा के अंदर किसी के अंदर प्रैक्टिकली हुआ है?
जी हाँ, देखिए, दिमाग आपका बहुत सेंसिटिव है, तो उसमें ये कि आप ऐसे ही नहीं जाके कोई भी डिवाइस लगा सकते। तो अभी हम लोगों को क्लियरेंस मिली है और हमने इंशाल्लाह जो है चिप 1-2 महीनों में हम इसकी इम्प्लांटेशन ह्यूमंस में शुरू कर देंगे इंशाल्लाह।
तो ये जो कैलगरी में आपने कोई यूनिट बनाया हुआ है, उसके अंदर आपके साथ कुछ मेडिकल के तुलबा व तालबात अगर कोई आपके साथ वॉलंटियर वर्क करना चाहे या आपका साथ देना चाहे या सीखना चाहे, तो उसके लिए क्या तरीकाकार है अगर आप हमारे साथ?
तो उसमें यह कि अगर ये बच्चे यानी क्वालिफाई कर लेते हैं, जैसे अभी हमने पाकिस्तान से 3 स्टूडेंट्स को लेकर आए थे, तो वो क्वालिफाई कर सकते हैं। समर में हमारे पास 10-15 बच्चे ऐसे होते हैं कि जो आके नई रिसर्च को सीखते हैं, नई टेक्नोलॉजी को सीखते हैं। तो हमारी कोशिश है कि इसको हम इतना ट्रेन करते हैं कि हमारे पास एक बाकायदा फोर्स डेवलप हो जाए, क्योंकि आप जब एक पानी की सतह को बुलंद करते हैं तो तमाम कश्तियाँ ऊपर आ जाती हैं।
कैलगरी की बात, कोई ओंटारियो में भी कोई प्लान है आपका इस तरह का रिसर्च?
देखिए, तो वहीं पे यानी कनाडा की ज़मीन ऐसी है कि ये बहुत ही यानी हमवार है और फर्टाइल है इनोवेशन के लिए। लेकिन ये कि हमारे यहाँ अभी कनाडा में भी इन चीज़ों का फुकदान है। हमारे यहाँ लोगों को सीरियसली रिसर्च में नहीं लेते हैं। तो अब कोशिश यही है कि आहिस्ता आहिस्ता गवर्नमेंट इसको प्रमोट करे। देखें, हम ऐसे ही मुल्क में रहते हैं जहाँ की ज़िंदगी सबसे बेहतरीन है। यहाँ पे आपका जो आराइश है, सताइश है, ज़िंदगी है, वो बहुत महंगा है। आपका स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ लिविंग, क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ बहुत हाई है। तो आप इंडिया और चाइना से कम्पीट नहीं कर सकते कि जब तक कि आप इनोवेशन सेवी नेशन ना बन जाएं। तो आपको जो है इन नई इनोवेशंस के लिए कनाडा को आगे बढ़ना चाहिए।
थैंक यू सो मच।
शुक्रिया बहुत बहुत।
Only 10%. Who wants to win the draw? All right, I can see there, Carolina. Okay, take your seats. Get ready. But before I go into the draws, I want to call Imran Gondal. Imran, my dear friends, it is always the case that when you're having such a good event, that there's somebody who has the inspiration of saying, please take another donation from me and add it to the total. So I've got Imran Gondal, who is going to come up and announce the donation.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Usman Bhai, and thank you very much, everyone. I will not take much time. I want to announce $5,000 donation on the behalf of the Sheriff family, which we are planning a big project of shopping mall in front of Stouffville Hospital. So that would be a huge project. And the interesting thing in that project is that we are making a very big wellness center, the biggest in the Markham over there. So these are the two things which are coming just across the Stouffville Hospital, and it would have almost 2,000 apartment buildings and the shopping mall. And we are really very excited to tell you that we want to participate with the Stouffville Hospital, and we are going to do a very major contribution from this shopping mall to the Stouffville Hospital. And we would love to be a partner with Khalid Bhai always and work together with him for this very good cause. Thank you very much.
Suzette, did you hear that? We have somebody who wants to participate in future through COPO, give you a substantial donation.
Yes.
And this is the Shroff family that will be participating, Khurram and his father. But right now they're going to give us, tonight they're going to give us $5,000. Yes, please, come on out.
Yes.
Much.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. It would be a big contribution which we are going to coming afterward with the project.
Thank you.
Very big.
Very excited.
Yes, and a wellness center as well.
Put your name on a wall somewhere.
Yes. Thank you very much.
I'm so proud and honored to do that. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So just remember, that's a COPO donor.
COPO donor, yes.
Yeah, that's for sure. Oh, come on.
Very exciting.
Thanks, eh? Well, thank you. Gondal Saab, appreciate. Check. Make sure you leave the check. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Anyways, next is we're going to do the draws. We're going to start with the 2 eyeglasses first. The eyeglasses, these are fashionable, I guess, sunglasses, which have been donated by Ali Raza Rajani. Where are you, Mr. Rajani? If I can ask you to come up, please come on up. Mr. Rajani, his company called Tanzakan Trade Link Inc. has donated 2 pairs of sunglasses, each worth $400 each. So you have an opportunity. He's going to draw it out for 2 glasses separately. So let's have who's got the tickets to draw? Where are the tickets? Okay, guys, that means if those who haven't had the chance to put their stubs yet, there's one more opportunity. As they bring the roll, yes, give it to Rabia. Rabia, take these stubs and put them in the box. Where are the box? Okay, so have somebody bring the box. Why, no, this is what happens. This is the excitement. Everybody wants to win. And I'm going to help them win.
This sunglass is called Kings of Past.
By the way, if you win this sunglasses, these are called the Kings of the Past.
It's inspired by vintage eyewear.
Wow. Do you want to say a few words?
Kings of Past is an inspiration which we are getting from the vintage collection which go in the history book of eyewear. And this particular has been designed by world-renowned designer of optical frames and sunglasses, Tony Tricillo, who is featured in the Eyewear magazine which was launched in New York. Eyewear, History of Eyewear. Now, 4 of the pictures in this book were coming from our collection. And I'm proud to say that we have got some of the best collection of the world of the vintage sunglasses. For you, if you want to see, just go on www.kingsofpast.com. www.kingofpast.com. Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, thank you. Rajani Saab, you'll have to go down. Well, we'll give one more. Anybody else? One last opportunity. Those who haven't, please. Because remember, the big ticket items are coming. So, make sure if you haven't put your stub, this is the time to do it. Anybody? Okay, I see everybody has put their stubs in. Rajani Saab, can you draw one ticket? Ticket number 0395. Yeah, 0395. Yeah. Well, we're going to give them a few minutes, and if they're not here, then we're going to draw again. But in the meantime, you can draw for the second one. Oh, right there. Come on up. You want to bring me the glasses? MashaAllah. Kya baat hai? Wa alaikum assalam. Zabardast. Very nice. Do you want to present it to? Chalo ji, photo lo. Aajo Ramayra. Okay. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया जी. Enjoy your glasses. Okay, next. You come on this side.
I hope it's me. Wait, does she have to have one?
Everybody has to have one. No. Well, 901. Who's that? I can't see you. No way, Rabia. 901. Come on up. Whose is this, Rabia's? Oh, come on up. Upar aaye na yaar. Yes, it matches. Okay, give it to her. Come on up, Abda. Take it from your granddaughter. दोस्तों देखो ना उधर टाइम नहीं है ना यार. You can't wear it right now. I gotta go. Okay. Here, boy. Okay, take this. Okay, next.
Okay, Khalid sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much for donating those 2 prizes. Now, while we are waiting, the next draw is for... No? Okay, so we're going to wait for a few minutes. We'll give opportunity to others who haven't put their tickets in to do it again. But I also want to make 2 announcements. That tomorrow at Masjid Darul Iman, they're holding an event in solidarity. Well, let's do this first. We'll do the ticket afterwards. Okay, this is for Clarity Eye Institute. If I can get the envelope, please. Now, I'm not suggesting that everybody must go. But can I get this? Can I get the envelope, please? I got to read it. Okay. Now, I'm not suggesting that everybody should go. Basir Khan, unfortunately, he had to leave, but I know his mother is here. So if I can request her to come up, Mrs. Khan, because you have to draw the prize. If I can ask you to please come up. Mrs. Khan, are you here? Oh yeah, she's coming. Okay. So while she's coming, this is Clarity Laser Eye. It's custom LASIK. Or it's actually a smile. I guess you can also get a treatment on your teeth. So, but it's a laser treatment. अगर आप वहाँ चली जाएं सामने, so आप उसमें से draw करें जी. What is this? 910. 910. Up the check, it may be your table. टेबल के पड़े में पाए नहीं ये टिकट भी बाहर लिफाफे में पड़े हुए उन्होंने उठाए नहीं है 910 जोड़ दें there it is Sumbal yes it is thank you very much so भाभी ये इनको प्रेजेंट कर लें इनको आइए इनको पकड़ाएं Okay. Well, Jazakallah, thank you very much. Please be careful when you go down. If I can ask, if I can request Dr. Heather, Sayyid Heather to please come up. Dr. Heather, it's your turn, my dear friend. I have one last thing to draw, but that will be after Dr. Heather has done his part. Dr. Heather, you know who he is. He is actually the guy who helped me do this event. Without his help, I could not have achieved what you see today. So not only did he help us sell a lot of tickets, but he also had invited our guest of honor, our keynote speaker. And of course, he's been doing this year after year that he's there. And he's the one who fixed my daughter's leg. So, Dr. Heather, come on up. And my granddaughter, sorry I forgot.
Good evening, everybody. Assalamu alaikum, Sat Sri Akal. And I really don't want to make a speech, but I just wanted to thank everybody to spare their time, especially when the winters have been so hard. And I can tell you from the receiving end that in one day we saw 35 wrist fractures and ankle fractures just slipping and falling on ice. So I know how hard this winter has been. So I do realize that weather is getting better and you all have plans for this weekend. But first of all, I think it's my duty to thank Khalid Usman and my dear brother, very respected brother, Dr. Naveed Sayyed. You know, we should, as a Pakistani, be very proud what this gentleman is doing. And he's one of the top scientists in Canada, and he's so humble that he wouldn't even come up and boast about it. So I really wanted to introduce Dr. Naveed Syed to Canada, to Pakistani community, and he already is well known, but I wanted him to be known by everybody. And on the other note, I would request all of you to observe 1 minute of silence for my friend who passed away, who was a doctor at Markham Stouffville Hospital. His name was Dr. Shahbaz Butt. He died in a plane crash this summer. He was part of our team, and he was an amazing guy. If you know the story, the way he was brought up, and how difficult it was for him to become a doctor and then help so many other people and the patients. And he was climbing Mount Everest when the avalanche came, and he saved so many Sherpas' lives. Unfortunately, he was fond of flying. He had his own plane, and at Buttonville Airport, his plane crashed and he died this summer. So I would request you to please observe 1 minute of silence for my dear friend, Dr. Shahbaz Butt. Thank you again. And I wanted you to see my team behind the scene. You have seen lots of hardworking politicians, fundraisers, officials, but people who are real soldiers who rarely get recognized in public. I want my team from Markham Stouffville Hospital operating room to please come and join me at the stage so you can see the real heroes. I just do the little bit at the end. So Dragan, please come here. Zong, Mary, Laura, I want everybody to see you because people thank doctors, but the real heroes are these nurses and the technicians. So Jay, Laura, Mary, I'll request you to please come and join me for 1 minute so that everybody can see you and recognize you. These are the real heroes of Markham Stouffville Hospital, and I wouldn't do what I do without them. This is Jay. He is the most hardworking CAS technician in the world. He's a machine. This is Laura, another machine. She is the most positive energy in Markham Stouffville Hospital OR. You have seen Dragan. You know he was playing saxophone. You don't know the talent we have in Markham Stouffville, right? This is Mary, another incredible soul, incredible heart, and you wouldn't believe how hard she works. She is the one who studies surgeries night before she is able to do the surgery with me in a new technique. And I've been very proud of him. He's been my backbone. And I call this lady my older sister. And she and I, we are like one in the OR. We work like a machine. And she knows exactly what my next step is. So please thank all of these. These are the real heroes of Markham Stouffville Hospital. And I must recognize Dragan. Normally he does concerts, he does a lot of functions. Today he offered his services to COPO, to this fundraiser, on his own for free. So I must recognize him. He's an amazing talent, but he is also an amazing OR nurse. He is very strict. He tells me off if I do anything which is not, which is a little off. He will tell me off, oh, your gown is about to touch this thing. So, but it's thanks to him. He is not only just handsome, but he is an amazing talent. So thank you everybody for coming tonight. Inshallah, with your help, we'll make Markham Stouffville one of the leading hospitals in Canada. And I can tell you that services we provide, day surgery, total knee, total hip replacements, minimally invasive knee replacements in orthopedics, we are unmatched. I must tell you, all the QPP indicators which government looks at, we are beating all of them. So thank you again. It is your support which does it, and I'm banking on your support for future technologies which Dr. Naveed Sayyed talked about. We are already thinking about it. And with his help and people like him, we very soon will have these technologies available in Markham. Thanks to Mayor Scarpetti, thanks to all our representatives who has helped us making Markham a wonderful city to live in. Thank you.
My God, no sack.
Well done, my gosh. I'm glad they got shot in the operating room today.
That's very nice.
Thank you.
Hey, Jay.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
Good stuff.
How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Thank goodness.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's give this check first. And
oh, you haven't done the check yet?
No. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come to pay up. So I'm going to ask the president and the chair of the foundation to come back. This is time for your glory, my dear friend. Okay, as you know, tonight we are going to give you, for a total of $200,000.
This evening, our organization focuses on mental health for the military and first responders. And it's gratifying to me, as a Canadian military veteran, that I'm able to be in a room full of peace, love, and joy within the borders of my own country, and to see what a fine, shining example you all are to our community. It makes me proud to have served, and it also makes me proud to work with those who continue to serve to protect us all so that we can enjoy and work together for good causes such as what you wonderful people at COPO have done this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. And my co-chair. So we'll give you, yeah, come. for the last ticket.
Last call for anyone with any of their tickets left to be put in. Can we please, oh, there we. So do you want to draw the?
Who else is here? I said, who else is here?
Everyone have their tickets out? Are we ready? Once again, thank you to Turkish Airlines for donating this wonderful prize of a round-trip ticket for two to anywhere in the world that Turkish Airlines flies. The winner is 0163. 0163. We have a winner.
ये अनाउंस करो साथ कि भाई this is 2 complimentary economy class.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Just make sure it's 0163.
So this is a 2 complimentary economy class ticket flying to Turkish Airlines to any part of the world. Turkish Airlines is the only airline in the world which flies to more countries than any other airline.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think the official part of the evening is over. Now we're going to head back to the real entertainment, which is the music. So, Faisal, come take over.
Mayor Frank, do you see what the collection of the $200,000 for the Markham Stouffville Hospital? What do you say?
Well, you know, this has been a very special night on so many different levels. First of all, I just want to say thank you to the Canadians of Pakistani origin, KHALID USMAN and his whole team for organizing this tonight. And really to start off with a commemoration of the 50 victims who lost their lives in Christchurch, New Zealand. You know, recognizing them as individuals and the families that have been impacted by this horrific tragedy. You know, I said that it really exemplified what's wrong with humanity, these horrific acts. And to have a night like tonight where people of the Pakistani community, actually the broader Muslim community that's here, and actually people of different ethno-cultural backgrounds coming together at one event to raise $200,000 for Markham Stouffville Hospital. It's a night where we can say humanity has a big good side, and it's doing good right here in our community.
Love each other.
Absolutely, and so we need to never turn our back to those that hate. We shouldn't be silenced by them, and I think tonight we've shown as a community, the Muslim community, as I indicated in my remarks, you know, any community can react any number of ways when this horrific, violent act is taken. And the way that Muslims have come together in solidarity and that they've reached out to the broader community, they've accepted the love and support, I think it says a lot. And I thank them for the way in which they've allowed us to really be express the sorrow that we have for all those that were impacted. But to have a night like tonight and do so much good in a community, once again, the Muslim community has shown they love their community and they love their country of Canada.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
नाज़रीन, आपने देखा कि कैनेडियन और पाकिस्तानी ओरिजिन की जानिब से को चेयरमैन जो है इनके खालिद उस्मान साहब की जानिब से जो प्रोग्राम का इनेकाद किया था मार्कम स्टोविल हॉस्पिटल की फंड रेजिंग के लिए, तकरीबन $200,000 जो है वो यहाँ पर फंड रेजिंग में के दौरान जमा हुए हैं। लोगों ने अपनी मोहब्बत और अकीदत का जो इजहार किया है पाकिस्तानी पीपल ऑफ पाकिस्तानी और कैनेडियन ने, उसकी मिसाल नहीं मिलती। यहाँ पर न्यूजीलैंड के जो शहदा है उनके लिए ख़ास तौर पे खामोशी इख्तियार करके उनकी याद को ताज़ा की गई और उनके साथ गम में बराबर होने के शरीक को जो है वो सराहा गया। चाहे वो कैनेडियन मेयर हो, चाहे वो मार्कम के मेयर हो, पुलिस चीफ हो यॉर्क रीजन के, या कोई भी हो, सब ने जो है वो इसको क्रिटिसाइज़ किया कि दहशतगर्दी और नफ़रत जो है वो दुनिया का कहीं पर भी जो है वो हिस्सा नहीं बन सकती। सिर्फ मोहब्बत, लव और पीस, जो कि जो है वो मैसेज एक बहुत अच्छा पास ऑन गया है लोगों के पास कि पाकिस्तानी कम्युनिटी ने जिस तरीके से कनाडा के साथ कदम ब कदम मिलाते हुए यहाँ के लोगों के साथ कम्युनिटी को, कल्चर को, डाइवर्सिटी को फ़रोग दिया है, उसकी मिसाल कहीं नहीं मिलती। अपने होस्ट महबूब शेख को कैमरामैन साबिर गाया के साथ जो है वो इजाज़त दीजिए। पाकिस्तान, कनाडा जिंदाबाद।
Hi everyone, I want to wish you the best anniversary, your 17th anniversary, and you are watching 360 TV, Toronto. Take care.
मालिके कुल है तू, इसमें क्या गुफ्तगू, मालिके कुल है तू, इसमें क्या गुफ्तगू, सारे आलम को है तेरी ही जुस्तजू, सारे आलम को है तेरी ही जुस्तजू, तेरी जलवागरी है आया चार सू, तेरी जलवागरी है आया चार सू, ला शरीका लहू, ला शरीका लहू, मालिके मुल्क तू, अल्लाहू 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 अल्लाहू। ये ज़मीं जब न थी, ये जहां जब न था, ये ज़मीं जब न थी, ये जहां जब न था, चांद सूरज न थे, आसमां जब न था, चांद सूरज न थे, आसमां जब न था, राज़े हक भी किसी पर आया जब न था, राज़े हक भी किसी पर आया जब न था, जब न था कुछ यहाँ, तब न था कुछ यहाँ था, मगर तू ही तू, अल्लाहू 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 Thank you very much. With me, I have some of the most exciting musicians over here. On my left-hand side on the keys, and also on quite some technology using it today. One and only Mr. Adas Khan. Asad Khili Zabardast Taaliyan. Okay, I think somebody has left their phone. If it's yours, just come over here and take it. Now on the drums, I have another wonderful, phenomenal artist. One and only Mr. Amin Jiwa. क्या हुआ, आप लोगों ने खाना नहीं खाया क्या? वो ताली की आवाज ही नहीं आ रही है। भाई खाना दोबारा लगवाएं यहाँ पर यार। On my right hand side, amazing bass guitarist, I will say the pride of Pakistan. He's been performing in Pakistan for so many years, and today he's here, Mr. Ali. And we do have a couple of other artists also who will be coming over here and singing, but let's do another song. Sa pani ma pa ni gare gare sa re sa ni sa pani ma pa ni gare gare dam mast qalandar mast mast dam mast qalandar mast dam mast qalandar mast mast dam mast qalandar mast dam mast qalandar mast mast dam mast qalandar mast dam mast qalandar mast mast dam mast qalandar mast ek wird hai dam dam ali ali ek wird hai dam dam ali ali sakhilal qalandar mast mast sakhilal qalandar mast mast lajpal qalandar mast mast dam mast qalandar mast mast dam mast qalandar mast dam mast qalandar mast mast dam mast qalandar mast रब ने कितने शान बढ़ाए बेहतर मांगे कर्म कमाए रब ने कितने शान बढ़ाए बेहतर मांगे कर्म कमाए तेरे एक विरद है दम दम अली अली एक विरद है दम दम अली अली सखीलाल कलंदर मस्त मस्त सखीलाल कलंदर मस्त मस्त झूलेलाल कलंदर मस्त मस्त दम मस्त कलंदर मस्त मस्त दम मस्त कलंदर मस्त कलंदर मस्त मस्त दम मस्त कलंदर मस्त मस्त गाने में मेरा साथ देंगे वन ऑफ द बेस्ट सिंगर ऑफ GTA, और क्या बताऊं, ये अपनी तारीफ खुद में बताएंगे आवाज के साथ, वन एंड ओनली रहमत खान। थैंक यू सो मच फैसल। बेहिजाबा नवा वो सामने आ गए, हो बेहिजाबा नवा सामने आ गए, और जवानी जवानी से टकरा गई, आँख उनकी लड़ियों मेरे आँख से, आँख उनकी लड़ियों मेरी आँख से। बाकी आप सुनाएंगे प्लीज। देख कर ये लड़ाई की बात नहीं हो रही है, देख कर ये लड़ाई ना बता तो दिया, लड़ाई में मजा आता है कि नहीं, आता कि नहीं ये बताए दिल से, तो फिर साथ में गाइए प्लीज। देख कर ये लड़ाई मजा आ गया, हमारे सब हैंड्स टुगेदर, मेजर साहब कम ऑन, बैठे बैठे यू कम ऑन, hands together, come on. ऐसे लहरा के तू रूबरू आ गई, ऐसे लहरा के तू रूबरू आ गई, धड़कने बेतहाशा तड़पने लगे, धड़कने बेतहाशा तड़पने लगे, तीर ऐसा चला हो, तीर ऐसा चला जोर दिल पे लगा, तीर ऐसा चला जोर दिल पे लगा, चोट दिल पे लड़ाई मजा। Everyone together. मेरे रश के कमर तूने पहली नजर, मेरे रश के कमर तूने पहली नजर, जब नजर से मिलाई मजा आ गया, मेरे रश के कमर तूने पहली नजर, मेरे रश के कमर तूने पहली नजर, जब नजर से मिलाई मजा आ गया, बरक सी गिर गई काम ही कर गई, बरक सी गिर गई काम ही कर गई, देख कर ये लड़ाई मजा आ गया, मेरे रश के कमर तूने पहली नजर, मेरे रश के कमर तूने पहली नजर, जब नजर से मिलाई मजा आ गया, राजा हो गए हम फना हो गए, राजा हो गए हम फना हो गए, ऐसे तू मुस्कुराई मजा आ गया, मेरे रश के कमर तूने पहली नजर, मेरे रश के कमर तूने पहली नजर, जब नजर से मिलाई मजा आ गया। तालियों की आवाज नहीं आ रही, एवरीवन। बेहिजाबा न वो सामने आ गए, बेहिजाबा न वो सामने आ गए, और जवानी जवानी से टकरा गई, और जवानी जवानी से टकरा गई, आँख उनकी लड़ी, आँख उनकी लड़ियों मेरी आँख से, आँख उनकी लड़ियों मेरी आँख से, एक पर ये लड़ाई मजा, मेरे रश के कमर तूने पहली नजर, मेरे रश के कमर तूने पहली नजर, जब नजर से मिलाई मजा आ गया। मेरे रश के कमर तूने पहली नजर, मेरे रश के कमर तूने पहली नजर, जब नजर से मिलाई मजा आ गया। जब नजर से मिलाई मजा आ गया। बरक सी गिर गई काम ही कर गई, बरक सी गिर गई काम ही कर गई, आते लगाई मजा आ गया। मेरे रश के कमर तूने पहली नजर, मेरे रश के कमर तूने पहली नजर, जब नजर से मिलाई मजा आ गया। रेत ही रेत थी मेरे दिल में भरी, रेत ही रेत थी मेरे दिल में भरी, प्यास ही प्यास थी जिंदगी ये मेरी, प्यास ही प्यास थी जिंदगी ये मेरी। आज सहराओं में, आज सहराओं में इश्क के गाँव में, आज सहराओं में इश्क के गाँव में, बारिशें गिर के आई मजा आ गया। मेरे रश के कमर तूने पहली नजर, मेरे रश के कमर तूने पहली नजर, जब नजर से मिलाई मजा आ गया। मेरे रश के कमर तूने पहली नजर, मेरे रश के कमर तूने पहली नजर, जब नजर से मिलाई मजा आ गया। बरक सी गिर गई काम ही कर गई, बरक सी गिर गई काम ही कर गई, आगे ऐसे लगाई मजा आ गया। मेरे रश के कमर तूने पहली नजर, मेरे रश के कमर तूने पहली नजर, जब नजर से मिलाई मजा आ गया। जब नजर से मिलाई मजा आ गया, 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 से मिलाई मजा आ गया।
वाओ, बहुत शुक्रिया। आप लोग एंजॉय कर रहे हैं? Are you guys having fun? Come on, I want to hear that louder. Awesome, great.
क्या खाना दोबारा मंगवाएं? खाना दोबारा मंगवाएं क्या उधर के लिए? अभी भी तालियां नहीं बज। Come on यार. Hey, you go, someone better. और आप लोग पीछे जो बैठे हुए हैं, क्या वो टिकट आपने पूरे नहीं दिए थे? आप भी आगे आ सकते हैं। चलो भाई, आज अच्छा ये इनका फोन था। I don't know, आप ही का था। ये तुम्हारा है? किसका है? ये यही है?
It's locked. I can't do nothing with it.
No, I think this one.
हाँ वो मेरा है, हाथ भी मत लगाना।
बताए तो कैसा है?
गलती से भी हाथ मत लगाना मेरे फोन को।
ओके, जो नेक्स्ट सॉन्ग हम गाने जा रहे हैं, ऑलरेडी 23 मार्च होने में थोड़ी देर रह गई है। अरे बाजी वो भी करते हैं ना, आप तो अभी से दिल की गल्ला में लगा गए। उससे पहले थोड़ा सा जरा हमारा मुहिब्बे वतन गाना गा लेते हैं, जो सबके दिल की आवाज है। राइट, हियर यू गो, लेट्स स्टार्ट। Folks, here you go. Up! अब तो ताली, come on. ताली बजवा के छोड़ूंगा आप लोगों से, come on.
ज़मीन और आसमां,
ऐसी ज़मीन और आसमां,
इनके सिवा जाना कहाँ,
इनके सिवा जाना कहाँ।
बढ़ती रहे ये रोशनी, चलता रहे ये कारवां। दिल दिल पाकिस्तान, जा जा पाकिस्तान, दिल दिल पाकिस्तान, जा जा पाकिस्तान,
दिल दिल पाकिस्तान, जा जा पाकिस्तान, दिल दिल पाकिस्तान, जा जा पाकिस्तान। दिल दिल से मिलते हैं जो प्यार का चेहरा बनता है, चेहरा बनता है। फूल की लड़ी में भी रोए तो फिर सेहरा बनता है, चेहरा बनता है।
दिल दिल पाकिस्तान, जा जा पाकिस्तान, दिल दिल पाकिस्तान, जा जा पाकिस्तान, दिल दिल पाकिस्तान, जा जा पाकिस्तान, दिल दिल पाकिस्तान, जा जा पाकिस्तान। घर अपना तो सबको जी जाने से प्यारा लगता है, प्यारा लगता है। हमको भी अपने हर मान से प्यारा लगता है, प्यारा लगता है। दिल दिल पाकिस्तान, जा जा पाकिस्तान, दिल दिल पाकिस्तान, जा जा
मिलके सब गाएंगे।
दिल दिल पाकिस्तान, पाकिस्तान, पाकिस्तान। Come on, one. दिल दिल जा जा, दिल 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 पाकिस्तान, जा जा पाकिस्तान, 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 दिल दिल। Thank you. ओके बाजी, अब आपकी गल्ला की बातें भी कर लेते हैं। अब आप ही सामने आके बैठिए, आप ही गल्ला कर लीजिए।
A very romantic song by one and only one Atif Aslam. So please enjoy it. और साथ में
कच्ची डोरियों 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 से मैनू तू बांध ले, पक्की यारियों 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 में ओंधे ना फासले। ए नाराजगी कागजी सारी तेरी, मेरे सोनिया सुन ले मेरी दिल दिया गल्ला है। अखियों से अखियां मिला के दिल दिया गल्ला है करांगे रोज रोज बह के सच्चियां मोहब्बतां निभा के सताए मैनू क्यों दिखाए मैनू क्यों है वे झूठी मोटी रुस के दिल दिया गल्ला है करांगे नाल नाल बह के अख नाल अख नू मिला के दिल दिया गल्ला रखा तू छुपा के रखा अखा दे सजा के तू है मेरी वफा और रखना बना के मैं तेरे लिए यारा न पावे कभी दूरियां मैनू रखा तो छुपा के रखा अखा दे सजा के तू है मेरी वफा रख अपना बना के मैं तेरे लिए यारा न पावे कदी दूरियां मैं जीना हा तेरा मैं जीना हा तेरा तू जीना है मेरा दस लेना के नखरा दिखा के दिल दिया गल्ला है करांगे नाल नाल बह के अख नाल अख नू मिला के दिल दिया गल्ला रात कालिया 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 थे मेरे दिल सावने मेरे हाड़िया 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 जी लगे तू ना गले नाराजगी कागजी सारी तेरी मेरे सोनिया सुन ले मेरी दिल दिया गल्ला है करांगे नाल नाल बह के अखियों से अखियां मिला के दिल दिया गल्ला है करांगे रोज रोज बह के सच्चियां मोहब्बतां निभा के सच्चियां मोहब्बतां निभा के सच्चियां मोहब्बतां निभा के
थोड़ा सा जरा मस्ती भरा भी करते हैं इस माहौल को ठीक है ना अगर आप लोग की कोई रिक्वेस्ट हो तो प्लीज बता दीजिएगा खामोश नहीं रहिए
There's no church today because you guys already paid so much money. So just feel free.
आ गई है
And this song we're going to dedicate to each and every one of you tonight here. So please enjoy it and sing with us. Are you guys ready? Come on, I want to hear that. Come on, guys.
ये हुई ना मत come on guys. क्या हो रहा है कोई मजा ही नहीं आ रहा यार लगता है खालिद भाई को बुलाना पड़ेगा वैसे I think he got a talent, you know. He knows how to get into the pockets of everybody and get something out of it, right? I'm so happy that he's a counselor of Markham. He can get the texts out from everybody. अच्छा वैसे हमारे साथ जो हमारे sound engineer हैं, one of the best sound engineer and the sound guy, he has done a phenomenal job today. One and only Mr. Habib.
Habib,
जबरदस्त.
Great job as always, buddy.
और जो one and only, the most famous cameraman, photographer,
and
choreographer, everything, you know. और आजकल तो उनको बहुत सारे बार्बर भी ढूंढ रहे हैं कि उन लेकिन प्लीज आप सबकी जबरदस्त तालियों में साबिर गाया.
Are you guys ready? हसीनों ने बुलाया गले से भी लगाया बहुत समझाया यही न समझा
हसीनों ने बुलाया गले से भी लगाया बहुत समझाया यही ना समझा
ये एक भोला है बेचारा न जाने किस पे है अपना दिल तो आवारा न जाने किस पे आएगा ला 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 Come on, sing with me. ज़माना देखा सारा है सबका सहारा ये दिल ही हमारा हुआ ना किसी का
ज़माना देखा सारा ये दिल ही हमारा ये दिल ही हमारा हुआ ना किसी का
सफर में है ये बंजारा न जाने किस पे आएगा Everyone! है अपना दिल तो आवारा न जाने किस पे आएगा हुआ जो कभी राजी तो मिला नहीं काजी जहाँ पे लगी बाजी वहीं पे हारा
हुआ जो कभी राजी तो मिला नहीं काजी जहाँ पे लगी बाजी वहीं पे हारा
All right. I want to see who remembers this song. ये बंजारा न जाने किस पे आएगा
साबिर भाई आप वीडियो पर ही आ जाए यार
साबिर भाई ने गाने की सुर ही बदल दी सफर में है ये बंजारा न जाने किस पे
है अपना दिल तो आवारा न जाने किस पे आएगा
है अपना दिल तो आवारा न जाने किस पे आएगा
मेरे ख्यालों पे छाई है एक सूरत मतवाली सी
ओ मेरे ख्यालों पे छाई है एक सूरत मतवाली सी नाजुक सी शर्मीली सी मासूम सी भोली भाली सी
रहती है वो दूर कहीं अता पता मालूम नहीं
कोको कोरीना कोरीना कोको कोरीना कोको कोरीना मेरे ख्यालों पे छाई है एक सूरत मतवाली सी नाजुक सी शर्मीली सी मासूम सी भोली भाली सी
और रहती है वो दूर कहीं अता पता मालूम नहीं
कोको कोरीना कोको कोरीना कोको कोरीना कोको कोरीना
सी गहरी आंखें जिसकी फूल सा जिसका चेहरा काली जुल्फे बादल बन के देती है जिसके पहरा झील सी गहरी आंखें जिसकी फूल सा जिसका चेहरा काली जुल्फे नागन बन कर देती है जिसपे पहरा मैं कह दूंगा दिल पर मैंने शायद देखा न तुझे सा कोई मेरे ख्यालों पे छाई है एक सूरत मतवाली सी नाजुक सी शर्मीली सी मासूम सी भोली भाली सी
और रहती है वो दूर कहीं अता पता मालूम नहीं
कोको कोरीना
कोको कोरीना कोको कोरीना कोको कोरीना मेरे मेरे ख्यालों पे छाई है एक सूरत मतवाली सी, नाजुक सी शर्मीली सी, मासूम सी भोली भाली सी,
रहती है वो दूर कहीं अता पता मालूम नहीं। कोको कोरीना, कोको कोरीना।
ये चांद सा रोशन चेहरा, जुल्फों का रंग सुनहरा, ये झील से नीली आंखें, कोई राज है इनमें गहरा। तारीफ करूं क्या उसकी जिसने तुम्हें बनाया,
तारीफ करूं क्या उसकी जिसने तुझे बनाया।
है चांद सा रोशन चेहरा, जुल्फों का रंग सुनहरा, ये झील से नीली आंखें, कोई राज है इनमें गहरा। तारीफ करूं क्या उसकी जिसने तुम्हें बनाया,
तारीफ करूं क्या उसकी जिसने तुम्हें बनाया।
तारीफ करूं क्या उसकी जिसने तुम्हें बनाया,
जिसने तुझे बनाया,
ओ जिसने तुम्हें बनाया,
जिसने तुझे बनाया,
ओ जिसने तुम्हें बनाया, ओ जिसने तुम्हें बनाया।
Wow. You know, there's something going on over here at the backside. These guys are having too much fun, which is good. Are you guys having fun or not? Hey? मेहंदी हसन की गजलों में चले जाए हम लोग क्या? नहीं? अरे पश्तो भी होगा, सब कुछ होगा
सर। अभी तो पार्टी शुरू हुई है। Sure.
Okay, so the next song is little bit, you know,
बैठे रहें, आप कहीं जाएं।
मेजर साहब को थोड़ा हल्का भी रखना है। ऐसा ना सारी एनर्जी आज ही लगा दें, कल भी बहुत सारा काम करना है मेजर साहब। थोड़ा हौसला रखें, हाथ हौला रखें आज। नेक्स्ट सॉन्ग जो हम गाने जा रहे हैं वो अगेन is from a legend, you know, from Pakistan, Rahat Fateh Ali Khan. He did a phenomenal job on this song. And on this song, I would like another wonderful artist of GTA, a very beautiful person and a good friend of all of ours. Smita, why don't you come on stage and sing with us? Smita, please give a big round of applause for Smita. Big round of applause for Smita. Check 1 2 3 1 2 3. तू की जाने प्यार मेरा, मैं करा इंतजार तेरा, तू दिल तू यूं जान मेरी, जान मेरी। मैं तेनू समझावा की ना तेरे बिना लगदा जी, मैं तेनू समझावा की ना तेरे बिना लगदा जी।
तू दिल तू यूं जा है मेरी, मैं तेनू समझावा की न तेरे बाजू लगदा जी। तू की जाने प्यार मेरा मैं करा इंतजार तेरा तू दिल तू यूं जा है मेरी
मैं तेनू समझावा की ना तेरे बाजू लगदा जी
मेरे दिल विच रह के मेरे दिल दा हाल न जाने
हाँ मेरे दिल विच रह के मेरे दिल दा हाल न जाने
जो मेरे नाल तुरेगा सुन दे मेरी अमानी
जीना मेरा है मरना मेरा नाल तेरे सी कर एतबार मेरा
मैं करा इंतजार तेरा
तू दिल तू यूं जा है मेरी मैं तेनू समझावा की ना तेरे बाजू लगदा जी
जीना चाहिए जीना तेरा वे चंगा नहीं हो जीना तेरा दिल मेरा तोड़ के वे बड़ा पछताया का वे बड़ा पछताया का नाल मेरे
जोड़ के
सुंजिया सुंजिया दिल दिया गलियां सुंजिया मेरी ये बावा
सुंझिया सुंझिया दिल दिया गलियां सुंझिया मेरी बावा आजा तेरिया खुशबू वालों लब दिया मेरी असा
तेरे बिना है कि मैं करा दूर उदासी दिल बेकरार मेरा मैं करा इंतजार तेरा तू दिल तू यूं जा है मेरी मैं तेनू समझावा
ना तेरे बाजू लगदा जी
है तू की जाने प्यार मेरा मैं करा इंतजार तेरा तू दिल तू यूं जा
मैं तेनू समझावा की न तेरे बाजू लगदा जी
अच्छा जी मुझे पहले ये बताएं कि मैडम जी के कितने फैंस हैं यहाँ पे थोड़ा तालियां तालियों से बताएं ओके वेरी गुड काफ़ी सारे फैंस हैं बहुत सारे फैंस तो बस उनका ये गाना गा दूंगी उसके बाद जो मेन सिंगर्स है वो दोबारा आ जाएंगे आई एम जस्ट अ गेस्ट सिंगर बट आई हर्ड समबडी आउट देयर वांटेड टू हियर सम पंजाबी सॉन्ग्स आई थॉट क्यों ना हो जाए थोड़ा सा
जी मैं हुंदी ढोले ना हो ढोले ना धक धक दी मेरी गुत्त अंगड़ाइयां लेंदी ना झांझर बस विच रहिंदी मेरी गुत्त अंगड़ाइयां लेंदी ना झांझर बस विच रहिंदी वाले सोनिया हो सोनिया सोनी दी तबीयत तेरी जे मैं हुंदी ढोलना हो ढोलना सोनी दी तबीयत तेरी वे जे मैं हुंदी ढोलना हो ढोलना सोनी दी तबीयत तेरी हाँ जे मैं हुंदी ढोलना हो ढोलना सोनी दी तबीयत तेरी सोनी दी तबीयत तेरी सोनी दी तबीयत तेरी सोनी दी तबीयत तेरी Thank you so much.
Wow. Another round of applause for Smita. Rahmat. ओके मेजर साहब, अभी तो आपने एक सुन लिया पंजाबी, एक और सुन लीजिए। लेकिन इसके शुरू में जो है कुछ हमने एडिशन किया है। आई होप आप लोगों को मज़ा आएगा। ईद आई के मेरा ढोलिया आया। ईद आई के मेरा दिलवाला नहीं आया। ईद आई के मेरा ढोलिया आया कि मेरा रात गुजारा गम दी। हार श्रृंगार हार श्रृंगार मैनू चंगे नहीं लगे कि मेरी ईद किसी नहीं कम दी।
अजूबा mood has come on yaar everyone हमारा है हमारा से यार जो है
हमारा से यार जो है कुछ भी होवे ओ साडा प्यार जो है ओ मारा से यार जो है कुछ भी होवे ओ साडा प्यार जो है। क्यों ढोलेदा क्यों मायेदा गीला करा मैं तिलक बारी बिस्मिल्लाह करा ओ बिस्मिल्लाह करा ओ बिस्मिल्लाह करा ओ बिस्मिल्लाह करा।
हो मारा से यार जो है कुछ भी होवे ओ साडा प्यार जो है। क्यों ढोलेदा क्यों मयेदा गिला करा मैं तो लख बारी बिस्मिल्लाह करा ओ बिस्मिल्लाह करा ओ बिस्मिल्लाह करा, बिस्मिल्लाह करा, ओ बिस्मिल्लाह करा।
आप लोग तालियां बजा सकते, कम ऑन।
Come on. Hey, 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 hey.
असादा सुन के यार बनाया शौकादा और तेरा मुड़ लग गई न लोकारा।
असादा सुन के यार मनाया शौकादा और केड़ा मुल लगदा इन लोगादा। वो सारिया तो बड़ा फनकार जो है, कुछ भी होवे ओ साडा प्यार जो है।
क्यों ढोलेदा क्यों मायेदा गीला करा मैं ते लग मारी। बिस्मिल्लाह करा
ओ बिस्मिल्लाह करा, ओ बिस्मिल्लाह करा, ओ बिस्मिल्लाह करा, ओ बिस्मिल्लाह करा। Everyone together. Hey, hey, hey.
ए देवा मुंदरी दा देवा, ए देवा मुंदरी दा देवा। सारी उम्र करा मैं सेवा नी ख्वाबा विच आड़ वाली है, नी ख्वाबा विच आड़ वाली है, नी ख्वाबा विच आड़ वाली है। आजा मन गान वाली है देवा मुंदरी दा देवा। ए नथली नकदी नथली, ए नथली नकदी नखली। तोरी जीरी दगली बगली ते बंगा नाल झड़क दिया, ते बंगा नाल झड़क दिया, ते बंगा नाल झड़क दिया, ते बंगा नाल झड़क दिया। ए देवा मुंदरी दा देवा। कमीज तेरी काली ते सोने फुल्ला वाली, बजवा गई। कमीज तेरी काली ते सोने फुल्ला वाली। आवे बसे तू वलेत असा कर गई रेण, आवे बसे तू वलेत असा कर गई रे। तेनू वेखे जाना है मियां वाली। कमीज तेरी काली ते सोने फुल्ला वाली। ये झुमका चले ते काले काले चले,
ओ माशाल्लाह।
ते झुमका चले ते काले काले चले। तेनू तका पहली बार लुटे दिल दा करार, तेनू तका पहली बार लुटे दिल दा करार। असा तेरे पीछे हो गए छले। कमीज तेरी काली ते सोने फुलवारी
मिलके सादा चुन के यार मनाया शौकादा और केड़ा मुन लगदा इन लोगादा सादा चुन के यार मनाया शौकादा और केड़ा मुन लगदा इन लोगादा ओ सारिया तो बड़ा फनकार जो है कुछ भी होवे ओ साडा प्यार जो है
क्यों ढोलेदा क्यों मायेदा गीला करा मैं दिल अखबारी ओ बिस्मिल्लाह करा ओ बिस्मिल्लाह करा ओ बिस्मिल्लाह करा बिस्मिल्लाह करा बिस्मिल्लाह करा बिस्मिल्लाह करा बिस्मिल्लाह करा बिस्मिल्लाह करा ओ 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 बिस्मिल्लाह करा वाह यार आप सब में तो बहुत सारा टैलेंट भरा पड़ा है लगता है कोको दिखानी पड़ेगी बाहर आए थोड़ा सब टैलेंटेड है माशाल्लाह
होल्लार शबे खबर होल्लार शबे खबर होल्लार शबे खबर दिक मिस्तोर मातड़ाड़ा होल्लार शबे खबर दिक मिस्तोर मातड़ाड़ा ताजा ताजा गुल्लू नदरे ऐसे करा थोड़ा डांसिंग में नीचे कमान लार शबे खबर दिख मिस्तोड़ मातड़ाड़ा ताजा ताजा गुलू नदरे सलोर मातड़ा खालिद भाई कहाँ है खालिद भाई लार शबे खबर दिख मिस्तोड़ मातड़ाड़ा ताजा ताजा गुलू नदरे सलोर मातड़ाड़ा लार शबे खबर दिख मिस्तोर मातड़ाड़ा ताजा ताजा गुलू नदरे सलोर मातड़ाड़ा
और तुझको खबर है मेरी ना आना हाथ खाली आंखों में बसने वाले मेरे चमन के माली हाँ तुझको खबर है मेरी ना आना हाथ खाली आंखों में बसने वाले मेरे चमन के माली
खालिद भाई यहाँ नहीं तो मजा नहीं आ रहा इस गाने का कमान बिस्मिल्लाह भाभी को भी लेके आए प्लीज भाभी को भी भाभी जान प्लीज कमान प्लीज कमान हम सबके लिए ये बात बिल्कुल गुल में पलास्तर था बुला रहे हम हो ये कुर्बान हो ये हुई ना बात भाभी जान गुल में पलास्तर था बुला रहे हम पर हक तभी तोड़ दे बाजू बुड़ गुलूना या मैं गुल वाखला या रुखसत का बची जुमा कमिस्तोर मातड़ाड़ा ताजा ताजा गुलू नदरे सलोर मातड़ाड़ा हेला लार शबे खबर दिकम स्नोर मातड़ावड़ा ताजा ताजा गुलून द्रेसलोर मातड़ावड़ा
तुझको खबर है मेरी नाना हाथ खाली आंखों में बसने वाले मेरे चमन के माली हाँ तुझको कसम है मेरी नाना हाथ खाली आंखों में बसने वाले मेरे चमन के माले
कहता है प्यार मेरा ओ या कुर्बाना कहता है प्यार मेरा ताजा गुलाब लाना मेरे वास्ते सनम तूफान के सरजमी से जोड़ा जली कलाना लाना सजा के लाली मेरे Everyone together!
तुझको कसम है मेरी ना आना हाथ खाली आंखों में बसने वाले मेरे चमन के माले
है तुझको कसम है मेरी ना आना हाथ खाली आंखों में बसने वाली मेरे चमन के माली
कहता है प्यार मेरा ताजा गुलाब लाना मेरे वास्ते सनम तूफान की सरजमी से जोड़ा जरी कलाना लाना सजा के लाना मेरे चमन के माले
लार शबे खबर देखो मिस्नोर मातड़ावड़ा ताजा ताजा गुलून द्रेसलोर मातड़ावड़ा
तुझको कसम है मेरी ना आना हाथ खाली आंखों में बसने वाले मेरे चमन के माले
आंखों में बसने वाली मेरे चमन के माली
तुझको कसम है मेरी ना आना हाथ खाली
आंखों में बसने वाली मेरे चमन के माली
आंखों में बसने वाली मेरे चमन के माली
na ra 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 जालिम नजरों से
कहाँ चले
जालिम नजरों से जालिम नजरों से तुम ना मुझको देखो मर जाऊंगा हो जाने जाना मर जाऊंगा Come on, okay.
जालिम नजरों से तुम ना मुझको देखो मर जाऊंगा ओ जाने जाना मर जाऊंगा जालिम नजरों से तुम ना मुझको देखो मर जाऊंगा ओ जाने जाना मर जाऊंगा
जालिम नजरों से तुम ना मुझको देखो मर जाऊंगा ओ जाने जाना मर जाऊंगा ओ जाने जाना मर जाऊंगा होठ गुलाबी आंखें शराबी होठ गुलाबी आंखें शराबी चांद सा चेहरा मुखड़ा गुलाबी
होठ गुलाबी चांद शराबी चांद सा चेहरा मुखड़ा गुलाबी
और उस पे तेरा और उस पे तेरा और उस पे तेरा
और उस पे तेरा मुस्कुराना मर जाऊंगा, ओ जाने जाना मर जाऊंगा। जालिम नजरों से, जालिम नजरों से, जालिम नजरों से तुम ना मुझको देखो मर जाऊंगा, ओ जाने जाना मर जाऊंगा, ओ जाने जाना मर जाऊंगा। मिल बैठे तारों की छाँव में, चल कहीं चल रे दूसरे गाँव में। मिल बैठे तारों की छाँव में, चल कहीं चल रे दूसरे गाँव में। और उस पे आके, और उस पे आके, और उस पे आके, और उस पे आके, और उस पे तेरा, और उस पे तेरा, और उस पे तेरा मुस्कुराना मर जाऊंगा, ओ जाने जाना मर जाऊंगा, ओ जाने जाना मर जाऊंगा। जालिम नजरों से तुम ना मुझको देखो मर जाऊंगा, ओ जाने जाना मर जाऊंगा। है जालिम नजरों से, जालिम नजरों से, जालिम नजरों से तुम ना मुझको देखो मर जाऊंगा, ओ जाने जाना 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 मर जाऊंगा।
Would you like Samsung or iPhone?
वफाओं की हमसे तवक्को नहीं है, वफाओं की हमसे तवक्को नहीं है, मगर एक बार आज़मा कर तो देखो, ज़माने को अपना बना कर तो देखा, हमें भी तुम अपना बना कर तो देखो। तुम्हें दिल लगी भूल जानी पड़ेगी,
तुम्हें दिल लगी भूल जानी पड़ेगी,
मोहब्बत की राहों में आकर तो देखो, तुम्हें दिल लगी
भूल जानी पड़ेगी, कभी दिल किसी से लगा कर तो देखो,
तुम्हें दिल लगी भूल जानी पड़ेगी,
तुम्हें दिल लगी भूल जानी पड़ेगी,
कभी दिल किसी से लगा कर तो देखो, तड़पने पे मेरे ना फिर तुम हंसोगे,
तड़पने पे मेरे ना तुम भी हंसोगे,
कभी दिल किसी से लगा कर तो देखो, तुम्हें दिल लगी भूल जानी पड़ेगी, मोहब्बत की राहों में आकर तो देखो। वफाओं की हमसे तवक्को नहीं है,
वफाओं की हमको तवक्को नहीं है,
मगर एक बार आज़मा कर तो देखो,
मगर एक बार आज़मा कर तो देखो।
ज़माने को अपना बना कर तो देखा,
ज़माने को अपना बना करके देखा,
हमें भी तुम अपना बना कर तो देखो।
तुम्हें दिल लगी भूख जानी पड़ेगी,
तुम्हें दिल लगी भूख
जानी पड़ेगी, कभी दिल किसी से लगा कर तो देखो,
कभी दिल किसी से लगा कर तो देखो,
कभी दिल किसी से लगा कर तो देखो. That was just for you guys. Sorry we were not ready for it, but just to make you guys happy.
I don't know if you were thinking about the newer version or the original one. This is the original one which we did.
तूने हवाओं में भांग मिलाया, दुगना नशा तू हो रहा है, आंखों से मीठा तूने पिलाया।
ओ तेरी मलमल की कुर्ती गुलाबी हो गई, मंचली चाल कैसा नवाबी हो गई। पलम पे चिकारी जो तूने मुझे मारी, तो सीधी सादी छोरी शराबी हो गई। ओ जीन्स पहन के जो तूने मारा ठुमका, तो लट्टू पड़ोसन की भाभी हो गई। पलम पे चिकारी जो तूने मुझे मारी, तो सीधी सादी छोरी शराबी हो गई। हाँ जीन्स पहन के जो तूने मारा ठुमका, तो लट्टू पड़ोसन की भाभी हो गई रे। पिचकारी जो तूने मुझे मारी, तो सीधी सादी छोरी शराबी हो गई। ओ जीन्स पहन के जो तूने मारा ठुमका, तो लट्टू पड़ोसन की भाभी हो गई। रे बोले रे जमाना खराबी हो गई, और बोले रे जमाना खराबी हो गई। ऑटो पे काली है, जबकि तेरे दिल का कमरा तो खाली है, कमरा तो खाली है।
मुझको पता है रे क्या चाहता है तू, भोली सूरत तेरी नीयत खराबी है।
ओ ज़ुल्मी ये हाजिर जवाबी हो गई, तू तो हर ताले की आज चाबी हो गई।
बलम
पिचकारी जो तूने मुझे मारी, तो सीधी सादी छोरी शराबी हो गई। हाँ जीन्स पहन के जो तूने मारा ठुमका, तो लट्टू तूने मुझे मारी तो सीधी सादी चोली शराबी हो गई। वो जीन्स पहन के जो तूने मारा ठुमका तो लट्टू पड़ोसन की भाभी हो गई। रे बोले रे जमाना खराबी हो गई, रे बोले रे जमाना खराबी हो गई, रे बोले रे जमाना खराबी हो गई। खालिद भाई 12 बजे मैं नहीं छोड़ा
के दिल अभी भरा नहीं। I love you, bro. I love you. Thanks for bringing me here today and sharing this awesome stage with me.
Please give a big round of applause for
Rahmat.
Rahmat Khan. Come on, guys.
Thank you, brothers. Thank you.
Once again, on my right hand side on the bass guitar, amazing, amazing artist. Honestly, you don't know how beautiful he plays because bass goes in the rest of the music, but he is just amazing, you know. One and only Mr. Ali.
Ali bhai, we love you.
Absolutely. और the drums पे हमारा बहुत प्यारा दोस्त, आज ढोल इसके साथ नहीं है लेकिन अगेन इसकी एनर्जी, इसकी जो म्यूजिक है वो हम सबको जगाए रखती है। आप सबकी जबरदस्त तालियों में अमीन जीवा।
अरे कुछ बजा के दिखाओ यार।
अब तक वो क्या बैठा हुआ था?
कल ओके कल बजाएं।
कीबोर्ड पे वो शख्स जिसने, मेरा ख्याल है पाकिस्तानी कोई ऐसा आर्टिस्ट नहीं होगा जिसके साथ नहीं परफॉर्म किया है। अली हदर, सज्जाद अली, Jawad Ahmad, you name it. This guy has performed all over the place. Faisal Rahmat chale. Lekin please, again, I think we take him very lightly, but he's amazing musician. I think in North America we can find a better musician like him. So please, bring your hands together for Asad Khan.
And साथ में आज लैपटॉप भी लेकर आए हैं, पता नहीं।
Once again, आज की महफिल को 2 चांद लगाने के लिए हम आप सबकी तालियों में स्मिता।
थैंक यू, बहुत शुक्रिया।
और साउंड इंजीनियर हमारे बहुत अच्छे दोस्त एक बार फिर हबीब भाई। थैंक यू वेरी मच गाइस। हबीबी शेख हबीबी। और हमारे वन एंड ओनली वीडियोग्राफर, फोटोग्राफर,
द गुड लुकिंग मैन साबिर भाई, साबिर गया।
एंड लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट द ऑडियंस, इनके लिए एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाएं।
यार एक शख्स को तो आप भूल ही गए। एक शख्स
ऑडियंस
नहीं वो तो है माशाल्लाह, बड़े अच्छे खूबसूरत शक्लें बैठे हुए सामने। A big round of applause for my dear brother Faisal Raza. Louder please, louder, louder. Come on, come on. He deserves it.
Thank you very much guys. Again, you know, खालिद भाई का और आबदा बाजी का जो इवेंट होता है वो मेरा अपना ही इवेंट होता है। And again we do it the same way. Last time Aima Beg आई थी, I don't know क्या हुआ था, हम पीछे ले गए थे। I hope you guys had fun. But again, we definitely missed the stage that day. So let's do the last song for all of you guys and then we'll wrap it up.
Leave him alone, yeah. Leave him alone.
जाहिद भाई वो किया हुआ नहीं है किसी का भी।
तेरे रंग रंग तेरे रंग
किसी का भी
तेरे रंग रंग तेरे रंग
हर रंग तेरे रंग रंग तेरे रंग रंग मौला रंग रंग तेरे रंग रंग तेरे रंग रंग तेरे रंग रंग तेरे रंग हर सू हर जा हर सू हर जा हर सू हर जा तेरे रंग रंग 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 तेरे रंग।
That's all I remember. Next time inshallah I'll prepare it for you.
जाहिद भाई नेक्स्ट टाइम पूरा याद करके आएंगे।
अब पड़ोसन गाना,
अब पड़ोसन हो जाए। नहीं नहीं, धमाल से पहले पड़ोसन का नहीं, घर जाने से पहले अल्लाह अल्लाह कर लेते हैं। सर आप ब्रेव सो ले यार, आप फ्रंट फुट पे खेल रहे हैं। सोचना भी अबस है, ये सोचना भी अबस है, कहाँ कहाँ है अली। ये सोचना भी अबस है, कहाँ कहाँ है अली। जहाँ जहाँ है हकीकत, वहाँ वहाँ है अली। अली का नाम ही, अली का नाम ही, अली का नाम ही आजम, वो इसमें आजम है कि जिस किसी ने पुकारा उसी के काम आया। शाह मर्दां शेर यज़्दा कुव्वते परवरदिगार, लाफता इल्ला अली, ला सैफुल्ला ज़ुल्फ़िकार।
ओ लाल मेरी पत रखियो बला झूले लालन, लाल मेरी। ओ लाल मेरी पत रखियो बला झूले लालन, सिंधड़ी दा से वरदा सखी शाबाश पलंग। हो लाल मेरी, हो लाल मेरी। चराग तेरे बलण हमेशा, पंजवा में बालण आयो बला झूले लालन, हो पंजवा में बालण। हो पंजवा में बालण आयो बला झूले लालन, सिंधड़ी दा से बड़दा सखी शाबाश पलंग। शाबाश कलंदर। हो लाल मेरी, हो लाल मेरी। हर दम पीरा तेरी खैर हो, हर पल पीरा तेरी खैर हो गए, हर पल पीरा तेरी खैर हो गए। नाम अली बेड़ा पार लगा